If voice mod would work, that'd be great. Hey, guys.
What do you mean if voice mod would work?
It was being the broken, so my voice wasn't going through. But it's working now. Hi, everybody. This is the most awkward start lately. I wanted to start off by saying thank you. Thank you to Runecat. Thank you to Levy. Thank you to Levy. Thank you to Levy. Thank you to Levy. Thank you to Crazy. Thank you to Anonymous, who I'm pretty sure is also Levy. Oh my god. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Babe. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Howard. Thank you, K-Nuts.
I haven't done anything yet.
Y'all are here. That is a huge thing. All right.
That's fair.
Love you guys. Love and appreciate all of you guys' love and support. Literally could not do this without you guys. Thank you all so much. All right. Kind of have to get into the game now. So thank you for doing that.
Know.
Yeah, I know. Thank you all so much.
Don't cry, bro.
Fucking love you all. No, don't you tell me not to cry. I will cry if I
Actually,
want to.
fuck
Goddammit.
it. Cry if you want.
He's not allowed to curse right now.
I don't see that.
Right above the last two stream element notices.
Ah, so the thing didn't pop up. Good to know. I will have to get that fixed for next time. All right.
Oh, I'm gonna fix you here in a minute.
All right. So.
I got my own Theo.
You do have your own Theo. It's adorable. Welcome back, everybody, to The Curse of Strahd. I almost swore just there.
Episode 96.
Episode 8, actually, so not that far off.
Okay.
So last time we left off, you guys had just left the Burgomaster's mansion. You guys went and you guys talked to, I think his name was Hector, the coffin maker of the town, tried to get an idea of why he did what he did by bringing the vampires and such into town. Afterwards, you guys
Which was what reason again? Because he was being threatened by Strahd, right?
No, he was promised more business per se.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Continue,
Oh.
sorry.
What's up?
We also met Stella and her mother.
That was
On the
2 sessions
22nd.
ago. Yes.
Oh, I'm just going off my day notes. It's technically still the same day.
Yes, it is. You guys did meet Stella and her mother. You found out that Stella's mind was swapped through a teleportation circle gone wrong with a cat that Victor, the Burgomaster's son, has been taken care of because they were wed and everything. But yes, so after you guys went to Hector, I believe after that you went to the church, talked to the priest, went to see if the rings were ready. He asked for another day or two, said that they would probably work, but to be more certain, a day or two. And after that, you guys went to Strahd, had dinner with him. Those of you that did eat and drink found that the food was absolutely delicious. Really enjoyed it.
I will never eat his food.
Okay.
And everyone who met him figured out that he's a complete and utter douche.
Yes, you did.
100% douchebag.
To be fair, we already knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's confirmed.
He
Douche canoe confirmed.
Yeah, douche canoery.
he had you guys live through his memories, and you guys discovered that his memories have been altered in some sort of way. You guys don't know whether it's through his own doing, whether it's just him telling himself over for such a long time period that his memories have actually kind of got warped, or if it's some outside influence. You guys don't know yet.
Okay.
And we left off with him saying, well, you guys are here to take over me. I have created some of you, and I have brought some of you into here to take over my reign because I have grown weary.
Except for K-Nuts, who's just a pet.
Yeah, I'm very pissed about that.
I called that shit.
Except for K-Nuts, because Tatiana loved cats.
So see, it's still really. He was still thinking about you. Just, it's fine.
Just not in the way that would be beneficial to anybody.
Yeah.
And we all told Strahd to go fuck himself about taking his position.
Yeah,
Well,
pretty
technically,
much.
I said yes, but I'm just gonna take it. I'm taking his position rather than letting him give it to me.
Yes, I'll take it from you. After I mount your head on a pike.
And afterwards, he basically said, go ahead and explore your new home. Castle Ravenloft, as its doors are currently open to you guys. He had promised you safe passage into the castle, so that's where we left off. You guys have been searching the catacombs. You found Sergei's tomb, Strahd's brother, recovered the Sun Blade, or Sun Sword, I can't remember what it's actually called, from it. Dawn Blade from Skyrim, basically.
It's called a Sun Sword.
And yeah, that's where we left off. You guys were searching the catacombs. You guys also met, I can't remember his name, but I call him Scruffy because he is a furry individual.
Emil?
No, not Emil. Emil was...
the guy in the bone room?
Yes, the guy in the bone room. Or... Yeah, there was actually something else in the bone room too.
I'll be right back.
Lord, not a problem. Lord had heard a voice in his head from a dragon skull in the bone room, asking Lord to return the dragon skull to Argynvoss Hole.
I said, I will certainly do that. So long as I can get the head out.
Yes.
But which it'll take some significant effort, at least to lift it, let alone transport it anywhere. So I'll need some help.
And that is pretty much where we left off. You guys did find a meal, trapped in the dungeons down below.
We
I actually
also found Levy's corpse in a tube.
Yes, you found Levy's corpse in a tomb. And I think that is where we left off, was with you guys staring at Enoch's corpse. And
what the fuck?
There was something that I forgot to mention that I needed you guys to do when you guys found Emil was roll a perception check.
Oh, we found a meal? Which one's
No, the name of the guy with you, this fella right here. Yeah, his name is Emil.
I got a 17.
We're looking for 15.
No, I got an 11. That's my bad.
And then I'll roll for Ward because Ward said he isn't here. Hello, Walter. How's it going, friend? How's it going, everybody? Thank you all so much for being here. I really can't thank you guys enough. Awesome. Well, so when you guys had found Emil and such, there was a strong smell of like wet dog.
Don't like bug smell.
Wait, who knows this?
Everybody. Like 10 was the DC
he's,
threshold for that.
Knowledge local.
Awesome. Hi, Onyx.
He's a puppy. I want you to give him head pats.
Must be around dogs all the time. Don't like what
Knowledge
dogs smell.
local?
Yes?
How do I do that again?
Wait, whoops, I didn't mean to do that.
Well, I mean... you could roll insight, I suppose.
Sorry, I missed it because I had to get up and get a drink.
No worries.
What
I was
did I
able
miss?
to roll for you.
21 unnatural.
Oh, so I got a 25 perception?
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah,
Okay.
if you're thinking what I think you're thinking, yeah,
What's happening?
you got that idea.
5 foot step. I can't move my own character.
Oh, right. Sorry. There you guys go. I mean, he's been with you guys the whole time. There hasn't been any problems or
That
anything.
doesn't mean much.
But basically, Emil, the guy that you had found inside the dungeons, like when you found him and such, there's like the smell of wet dog.
That makes sense why you were emphasizing he was soaked.
Yeah, I completely spaced on doing that. That was on me. I apologize, guys. Also,
I'd
hi,
like to talk
everybody,
to
to
him
the
in a
stream.
bit, but we've got a little bit more of a pertinent thing with Enoch having a dead body in there. I'll kind of look back at Enoch.
There's a dead body in here.
Yeah, it
No,
looks
there
like
was.
me.
There was,
It's-
but it dissolved.
It's Enoch.
Oh,
Look back at Enoch. Look at the corpse. Care to explain?
Fuck if I know.
It's Attack of the Clones.
I forgot to adjust all the volumes before, so I'm like, fix.
clones attack.
I do like it though. I think it's very fitting for all this stuff.
I'll begin picking one of my teeth in between my teeth with my claws.
Does
You
anybody?
sure it's nothing?
Does anybody
I
inspect
didn't say
the
nothing. I
corpse?
said the hell if I know.
Sweet. Does anybody like go up and inspect the corpse?
I'll do it.
You'll do it.
I will as well.
All right. So as you go up to inspect the corpse, it literally like begins to like bubble and then melt away. And then the inscription on the door that said Enoch fades.
Oh, well, that's annoying.
Look at everything. I hate this place.
I also hate this place.
For good reason.
Are we gonna sit here and explore every single one of these?
You
things?
guys did also find the that skull that you can ask questions to.
Which skull?
Like-
5 times a day.
Yeah, 5 times a day for essentially the Speak with Dead spell.
I feel like I don't remember this.
It was in one of the crypts. If I'm remembering correctly.
I think it was in that one there.
Yo, Charlotte, you're
Um,
almost dead. What's up, man?
Charlotte got hit in the face with
By a
the
pony.
door when
Oh, that's right.
when a nightmare slammed the door back on her.
Yeah, and you just have shit to your health to start, so. I actually have the most health. I did not know that.
I think Enoch has more health.
Nope, she has 1 point less.
Oh.
I have 60, she has 59. Or he has 59, sorry.
And then there's
Wow,
the beefy
assuming
new
genders.
NPC.
And the beefy NPC has 57. I just have not as good armor class as you guys.
The beef PC.
Because even Lord has better armor class than me.
Well, I've got mage armor.
Oh,
That doesn't
yeah,
quite
that's-
count.
No, it counts, bro. Well, okay, so what are we doing?
Where do you guys
Side-eye,
plan to go from here?
Side-eye, side-eye.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna side eye
start.
you.
I mean, you
I'm
can.
gonna chat with.
Talk to him.
Is it Emil or Emil?
I've
or
been pronouncing
Emil?
it as Emil this whole time, so.
Okay. I'm gonna
Emil.
turn to him.
Emily.
You smell a lot like dogs.
It's because he probably is.
He looks at you and he's just kind of rough.
Which Enoch totally says out
I'm,
loud,
wait,
by
I'm
the
waiting
way.
for Lord to start hissing at him.
I'm gonna crinkle my nose.
Wait a minute.
He wasn't worth the snarl. He was only worth the nose crinkle.
Not the
Also-
I'm
creature.
gonna
look-
nudge Charlotte. Charlotte,
also
wasn't
look
there
at
something
Enoch.
about wolves at that tent with the woman?
Wait, what?
The prophecies.
Before you change the subject, you think he is a dog? Doesn't look hairy enough.
Bet money on it.
I'll take
I'll
that
look
bet.
back
I'll bet
at
you 5
Emil.
gold.
I'll look back at Emil. You don't look like a dog to me.
Yeah, I'll bet you 5
Care to
gold that
explain?
he's not a dog.
Man, I also agree that I don't look like a dog.
Why would she think that you are a dog?
I don't think I'm a dog. I think I
No, but
was.
somebody else does.
Yes, I do
You
agree.
certainly went rough at me earlier.
Maybe
gonna-
he's flirting with you.
Yeah, maybe
Dogs
he's
are
really
not
into
flirt
cats.
with cats.
Maybe he's not a dog. He's a human who's really into cats.
Or rawr.
Yeah, maybe he's firmly into bestiality, you know?
Ew.
I've got a good solution for that.
Uh,
A few claws right into the neck.
Oh, you're being kind.
Oh, you're talking about look for a den of wolves in the
Number
hills
3,
overlooking
yes.
the mountain.
I am interested in hearing what you have to say about that. It might be something that I might be able to help with some insight on.
Look back at them. Look back at Emil. I'm not through
You're not through with what?
with my questions. This one, and I'll point back at Enoch, thinks you are a dog.
Well,
I'm getting dragon
What can you tell me?
flashbacks.
he
Hey,
is going
what-
to go over here and sit down on the stairs.
Just in the middle of conversation?
Yeah.
It's not like he can go down the stairs. There's a wall of magic there.
Like, it'd be
Eventually.
more comfortable if we all sit.
I'm
I
going
don't
to
sit.
scoot over next to him and then sit down. Care to explain?
Can I scratch behind your ears?
No, you cannot scratch behind my ears.
I was talking about the werewolf.
I was hoping you were talking about the cat.
I'm more of a dog
Uh,
person.
Why are you guys always trying to rub the cat?
They're always trying to rub me the wrong way.
I'm just gonna
There's
stand
so
here.
much I could say to that, but I'm just gonna leave it alone.
Is that why you're still single? You always try to rub them the wrong way.
Damn. Ouch.
Shots fucking fired!
Yeah, holy shit, Livy.
God
The
damn!
That hurt my feelings, and I'm not even single.
Theo, I need emotional damage support.
Yeah. Emotional damage.
Emotional one down.
damage.
Yeah, y'all are fucking brutal.
Fuck!
No shit, damn, Levy. And here I thought y'all were friends.
Stream marker for Levy.
No shit.
Got it down.
Fuck, I have a stream
I fucking
marker from
smelled
Wednesday I
that
need to go do.
burn.
No shit, dude. Do you need some burn cream? Should I call the burn unit? I've got them on speed dial.
Apply cold water to the burn.
It's fine.
area.
I got whiskey for the emotional damage.
Oh,
So
I've
what
got
does
alcohol for that.
What does Mr.
Let's say I've got a
Werewolf
beer, so
Alright, so what is your question? Because
I'm gonna-
if you're asking me if he thinks I'm a dog, I can't answer that for you. He has his own
I'm
thoughts.
asking you why he might think you're a dog. I get you smell like one, and that puts me off.
Didn't Enoch already warn you guys about the werewolves? Like, first encounter with a dead body on the side of the road?
you said wolves.
You think I remember that?
You use the term wolves. I don't think you remember. I don't remember you saying werewolves.
I would have to go back
it
and
was
watch.
Okay.
It was wolf. It wasn't werewolf.
Because we had an encounter with wolves at one point, right?
Yes.
Right up front towards the beginning, and did we dip on those or did we fight those?
You
wolves?
guys left.
That's what I thought, because there was like 15 of them, right?
Yes.
Like it was
There were
a large
lot.
pack. Yeah, it was like 10 to 20 or something.
Yeah, and like one
so
or
we
two of
dipped.
them were like bigger than normal.
Yeah, like dire wolf type. So like we fucking dipped because like we were level
Yeah.
1.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not worth
We
it.
didn't feel like dying there at that moment in time.
Were any of those wolves white?
No.
I don't know. That sounds racist.
Winter wolves are nasty.
Why does it matter if they're white?
That would have been
That
the friend.
was first.
Wait, no, this is the NPC talking?
Yeah.
I thought it was
Oh.
you talking.
No, that's me as the NPC. So
Oh, sorry.
that was my bad.
Okay, so DM,
Honestly,
were any?
I
Hold up.
don't
Were,
remember.
were any of them white? DM?
Not that you guys recall. Just gonna do that real quick. Just for safety.
I mean, should we try to? Can I try
There
to
we go.
recall?
Hey, Scar.
What's up?
I can't see you on stream.
Can't see me.
Oh, it recentered.
Oh, I disabled the video in case you didn't want kiddo on there.
Oh, I missed that.
No worries.
Sounds
Yeah, she popped in
Cool.
for about 2 seconds and then dipped out.
Yeah. well,
But so DM, like out of character,
Mhm.
do you know if there's any white ones and we just need to roll for it, or there were no white ones?
From the
'Cause I'll roll
encounter
for
that
it.
you guys had, no, there were no white
Okay,
ones.
because like I'll roll for it because I would really like to remember. So
Yeah. No, there weren't
Honestly,
any.
I couldn't recall if we actually saw. I know we had that pack, but
Yeah.
okay.
I don't think that there was any white ones at least.
I'm not so much a remembering folk.
I'm more of an avoider. Of
Yeah. As far as I know, there were definitely no white wolves.
Alright.
that was episode 1, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that was like literally the first thing that happened after we fucking left our campsite that we were drug into.
Yeah, that was.
Like that's one of the, like I think right before we got into the gates, it was like we heard wolves, so we ran to the gates, and then we got into the gates, and then we were in Barovia rather than out of it.
Yeah, it was literally day 1.
Yeah, like day 1, minute 5, I think. Like we spent 5 or 10 minutes like getting to know each other or whatever, and being all awkward and shit, and then I think like we dipped right after that, if I remember correctly.
That's about right.
But no, we did not see unusual colored wolves.
No.
I've heard about white wolves.
Why are you a white wolf?
I am not. No.
Hmm.
I don't know if you noticed, but I am a rather dark-skinned person.
That doesn't stop magic.
And I'm a
Yeah,
dark
sure.
furred cat.
Yes,
Especially an oddity around here.
indeed. Not as not as much as an oddity as a red-haired lady, but thankfully that's not my problem.
Fair
What do
point.
you- Why bring it up then?
Because we're talking about oddities.
He just said it was his friend.
No, he's talking about red-haired women. Just curious.
So, my question.
Your answer?
Why would the horned one over here think that
Touched
you...
my head. What horns? Do I need to file them again?
The red one.
He goes, red?
Why
Hold
would
on.
The red one...
Wait,
Hold
is
on.
the dude colorblind?
No.
Have you asked?
No, but
Like-
now I'm suspicious.
Like,
Dude, just
like
ask.
as
bro,
far
are
as
you
I remember,
colorblind?
you keep yourself concealed as much
Yeah,
as
I do,
possible.
Yes.
So you're like,
I do need to buy some gloves.
You're-
I'll point towards Enoch.
you're traveling with one of. No. You're traveling with
I'm gonna
Tiefling.
tighten my grip on. Yeah, my new sword, because that's what I have right now.
No, Joey. That sun sword's badass. Anyway, finish that sentence, NPC.
You're traveling with a tiefling, with one of the. And he looks back at you, Enoch. No disrespect, especially if we weren't able to get to you in time, with one of the wretches from the windmill.
Not
I'll
sure
kind of
how
look
to
back
take
at Enoch.
that.
I'll look back at Enoch. Is this why you want to go back to the windmill?
You know,
See,
it's where my mothers are from. Why would I want to
see,
go back?
this is why we have to go back so that I can
Fuck
kill your
you.
mothers.
You can do that on your own.
No, I need your help.
No, you don't.
I do. I'm not that tough.
So
I can't walk on ceilings.
Enoch,
Well,
he,
yeah.
he stands up and like goes over to you more directly, like
God.
steps up to you and just goes, and as you back away, he goes, "I don't mean any harm. Could you what do you remember of your childhood? Were
I'm so
you
glad I opened my notes before this.
always at the windmill, or were you brought there?
Loading.
It's like 2 pages.
Yeah, there's a lot. Also, thank you everybody for being here and chilling with us. We greatly appreciate it. Love you all.
I remember money being exchanged and being passed off, but I don't remember.
Well, and he looks into your hood, but you guys are in a dungeon. You're all covered up as can be, so it's kind of hard to see, like, look into your face. But he looks like directly at you, and he says, "Well, seeing as you're traveling with outsiders, I'm assuming that you are one that ran off and thankfully survived."
Successfully survived, yes. And now I'm stuck with them.
Oh, now you're stuck with us. That's pretty
Rock
great.
with us.
I'm sorry that we couldn't get to you in time.
Here, I thought you might like to be with us, but that's fine.
You are entertaining, yes.
I am offended.
I'm deeply offended. I've never been more offended by anything in my entire life, honestly.
I'll look back at the dark dog person, and it's Barovia. What's to be expected?
Well, trying to make a better life for those that want it. Well, that gives me a better idea on how you all stand. All right.
So what are you doing here, then?
Oh, that's quite simple. There has been a power struggle with my family, and I have been deemed the lesser, and with the less popular ideas, and have been
I think I remember some of that from
offered to the lord of this castle.
So they offered you up to Granddaddy Strahd for fabulous prizes.
More for forgiveness, but yes,
That's a fabulous prize if I ever heard one.
can be.
Rather than being under his heel, you're the one under his heel, and everyone else gets to go free.
Yeah. At least I just got the dungeon. Could have been worse.
I'll stop and think about that. What could be worse than getting stuck in Barovia?
We're already stuck here in Barovia. I'm saying it could have been worse than being in a dungeon.
being enslaved to Strahd's power.
So, real quick, guys, just to give you a heads up, we did not encounter wolves, but we encountered wolf paw prints around.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Ooh, good note.
Thank you for looking this up.
Yeah, I discovered today, like,
I apologize for being quiet. I was just going
No,
back
we're
through
across,
trying
like,
to find
3
that real quick.
mediums.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Like, I found out Wednesday I had notes in OneNote. I have some in a notebook somewhere, and then the rest of them were in this calendar.
Yeah, I had
All
to
the
go in.
notes that
I
I
had to
have.
go an hour and 10 minutes in just to find that.
Yikes. I'm sorry, there's a lot of content, okay?
No, you're fine, man. It was one of those. I wanted to be sure that we didn't see something that we should have remembered.
Yeah, I'm get you.
Kind of like the white wolf that just came walking in behind you.
Orc.
Theo, no! Not like this.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Hey, not a problem.
I thought I had an intruder, a home invader.
Is it bipedal?
It was a bipedal roommate, but I thought it was a bipedal invader.
Oh. Okay,
Accompanied
God.
by a quadrupedal invader from the neighbor's yard. But
So,
I so wish we had telepathic link.
Too bad.
I mean, that is a feat you guys could take eventually.
Yeah.
So,
too bad I didn't play a Soul Knife Rogue.
where do we go from here?
Too bad I didn't go for the telepathetic sorcerer subclass.
They
Telepathetic?
updated the calendar.
Telepathetic, bro.
Hella pathetic.
Fuck yeah.
How do we get out of here
So
again, guys?
telepathetic.
I think it's these stairs.
Oh no, is this Emil dude going with us or what's he doing?
I mean,
It's these
I
ones
would
here,
love
Levy.
to.
I'm not zoomed out far enough. Where?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Well, then where do the other ones go?
Do
Oh.
these ones or these ones? If I'm looking at this map,
I
right,
mean,
being zoomed
there's
out.
these ones, there's these stairs, there's these stairs. You guys have options.
I kind of want to see where these ones go because they do go up, right?
You do also have half the catacombs unexplored if you guys wanted to check a bit more stuff.
I am not at full brain power.
Huh?
I am not at full brain power. I'm like lukewarm. So I leave the decision making to the people who are at full brain power.
I'm not full brain power either.
What does the cat think? Or the cleric? Paladin.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind trying to get the fuck out of here because I want to get back to that party thing and also try to decide a plan to be able to save
I do this.
the caretaker before he gets burned alive.
Hector.
Well, let's do that then.
How are we gonna get him out of here?
Emil?
We just walk out with him.
Could just try walking out the front door.
And does
Yeah.
the cat want the dragon skull?
Yeah, we don't
Swap
have a
out.
way to haul that.
I
Well,
mean,
yeah,
you
you-
could just everybody just work together.
How big is it?
I think
It is
it's
an
gonna haul-
adult dragon skull.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, there ain't no way that we're gonna be able to
So it's
carry
like
that.
the size of like half
Right.
a car, like half an Impreza.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, it's a big boy. But you guys, as of right now, have 3 beefy people.
Who's beefy? I'm not beefy.
Enoch,
NPC.
Charlotte, and NPC.
Well, I'm not.
Dude, I
I'm-
have a strength of 13, sir. I ain't that beefy.
How are you?
I-
How are
I
you a
think
melee
you're-
character right now?
I figure, personally.
I have.
Dude, me?
Yeah, I have
wait
more
for some
strength than
sort
you
of
do.
storage device.
I don't really fight
'Cause
melee. I use
I
my
can't
shield
hear
to walk with.
buttons.
Hmm.
Your last spell.
Because even if we have like 3 or 4 people on it, that means we have to have 3 or 4 people on it all the way to our destination.
Why don't we just wait on the dragon skull?
That's what I was thinking.
And then with Emil, we're just gonna walk him out the front door. And what the hell is Strahd gonna do?
You guys were promised safe passage for this dinner. I cannot promise safe passage for your next trip to Castle Ravenloft.
Well,
Just
We're
so-
gonna come in
honest,
guns
the
blazing
next time we're
anyway,
here,
so-
we're
So-
probably gonna have the bazookas and the rifles
And the
ready
tank.
to take off some Strahd.
Right.
Just a friendly reminder.
Bazookas.
F-14
All that shit.
Tomcats.
Yeah.
All the
fucking-
rituals prepared to seal him away for a
I'm not
nice
saying
long
that you
time.
guys couldn't get safe passage here again, especially if you guys like came under some pretense or something.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like there's definitely
He
ways
might
that you
not let
could.
us free roam.
But yeah. So, but you're saying like this
Don't
is the
forget
only
about
time
the
that it's
magic
being.
portal room.
I'm saying like this right now is get out of jail free card essentially. Like
Okay.
Fair
Well.
enough.
I have one idea on how we would get free passage here.
I swear to God, if you say split the party,
No.
thank God.
Everybody go their own individual ways.
I will drive to you right now.
And slap the shit out of you.
Yeah.
I wanna,
If we do
I wanna
that-
bump fists for that one.
If we do that, I'm keeping the dog.
Even though you're concerned about him being a dog.
I'd rather him attack me than you guys.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Theo. Like,
If he's
don't
what
you
I
dare.
think he is, he can bite me and I will be okay with it.
What
He
you do
goes-
behind closed doors is your own business.
He does say, I'm pretty
I don't want to
sure
be near either
that
of you at this
Wait,
point because you're both
Charlotte.
thinking about cohorting with this dog.
What if I mean, I could bite you, and that could be a thing too.
I don't
Emil
want that to be a
says,
thing.
I'm pretty
Um,
Emil does say, I'm pretty sure that none of you can hurt me anyways, except with spells.
I have silvered arrows.
Then you can hurt me.
I'm
then
just
that's
saying,
a problem.
I am just saying, he is okay to bite me because I wouldn't mind being what he is.
You don't even know what he is.
I-
Do you
I
want
did
to
not
be
agree to
turned
hear
into a
your
werewolf?
views.
Oh, now he's just gonna openly say it.
Well, you guys were asking if I was a dog before.
You know, Charlotte, I'm a little upset that you never offered me to bite you.
I'm just gonna start walking
that
to
was a
whatever
common
stairs
courtesy
I
thing.
can see.
No
Yeah.
offense, but
Pretty
I
sure
don't like
that's
the
these
sharp. I
stairs.
don't like the blood sucking part.
I'm just saying, I'm a little offended that I
Come
was never
back!
offered.
Don't leave me alone with these idiots.
There's no
That's all I'm
arrow on
saying.
these stairs.
I mean,
Oh, is there not?
if you had offered it to me, I would have been kind of like, maybe. Whereas werewolfdom, it's
Oh, I
practically
broke it.
antithesis
I
to what
broke
I
it.
am.
You
I'm a
broke it?
cat.
What do you mean you broke it?
There it goes.
Yeah, stuff has to load because each of these floors is a whole different scene.
It's
So
its own freaking map.
yeah, well, what?
Oh, yeah,
It's a lot of work for this. So
I
just
suppose we have
remember
to
that,
make
sir.
our way
That's
up
the
the
reason why I'm
stairs,
saying
don't
it.
we?
yeah, so
That
Do-
was pretty cool.
do we want to keep everybody together?
We did. We are not going the right way. We're
No,
going
we're
up.
not, but I'm finding out where the kid
We're going.
goes.
We're going up one of the turrets.
Sweet.
Sweet, we're just gonna shoot ourselves out of the castle.
I hit something.
I just rolled. Oh, because it moved his thing to a new. Yeah. All right. So if you don't mind not running everywhere and trying to break my game.
I did
Yeah,
it.
I'm trying to go back
Okay,
down
I'll
to
stop.
where I was.
All right. I'm trying to figure out where you guys are.
I'm gonna go back down to the dungeon and go up the correct stairs because that's up
I'm
one of the
thinking it's
towers.
this one here.
I
Yeah.
want to see the tower.
Where do you?
Because the cells were immediately to the left after we got off the stairs.
So I think it's ground floor that you guys should be on. Can't remember.
I'm on ill omen.
You're on. Yo, you're on Larders of Ill Omen. All right.
Yep.
All right. Let me get over there to you guys.
Well, no, we're not. We're trying to go back to the surface.
I mean, technically, they all go back to the Sorfius one way or another.
Well, can you just put us where we're trying to go? Fuck.
I mean, if you guys want to just say we leave the castle, I can just pull us to a different scene if you guys like.
Is that what we're doing? Are we leaving the castle?
Yes.
Okay, then just do
Hands
that.
up for that. Yep. Done.
Does that work for
Don't
everybody?
go that way, Charlotte. It's the wrong way.
All right, I'm pulling everybody to the campaign map.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right,
Teleport!
With a meal?
with Emil.
What's he wearing again?
Does he get out of the
What kind of-
castle with us?
What kind of meal is
He's
it?
just wearing commoner clothes. Love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he's not wearing anything
Does Emil
fancy.
get out with us, or does he get stopped at the doorway by the bouncer saying he has to stay?
So
Hey DM,
Oh,
what kind of
everybody-
a meal is it?
everybody roll perception
Like a
checks
breakfast
while
meal.
I ignore this question
Why are you ignoring my question?
because it is a silly one.
Play on words and it's hilarious.
I'm well aware.
I think you would be at brunch.
Yeah. Okay.
Someone's green dice fucked me up.
Roll again.
I was
Thank
so
you,
close to that
Exile.
20.
I got a
Actually,
21,
that's
so
technically Levy, but either way,
Yeah, just roll-
thank you.
just roll it again,
Really
dude. Since he
appreciate you.
fucking bumped your shit.
Thank you,
It wouldn't
Levy.
affect the actual.
Hi, Exile. Good evening.
It might. You never know.
I made it worse.
Okay, so it is Ward.
What?
Actually,
What did I
I
do?
guess I got a 17.
let me do something.
Are you going to whispers?
Somebody's fudging numbers.
No, I'm not. I'm about to roll something, but I don't want you guys to know what the result of roll is.
We're gonna make it private.
That's what I'm doing.
Well, all right then. Don't fucking yell at me, or I'll cry.
Okay.
I'm used to being yelled at.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, but no, none of you guys see a damn thing.
What?
I have a feeling one of the wives are stuck
Really?
in this.
Really. Like, rolled a 19 naturally.
Holy fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I almost had that 20.
Damn.
Almost.
All right.
so yeah, sorry. No, you guys aren't stopped. There is a carriage waiting for you guys. And,
Is Rahadin driving?
yes, Rahadin is standing by the door of the carriage and saying, "Are you all pleasantly appeased with how your luncheon has gone?" Because I think it's actually closer to lunch.
The food
Luncheon.
was pretty good.
Why is it called a
No.
luncheon?
Because I feel like it.
Okay, cool, perfect.
The food was
The
pretty
exact
good. And then I'll
That's the
step
exact
into the
reason I
carriage.
needed.
Awesome.
I tell him that the food was awful and the company was worse.
Well, sounds like a personal taste.
Hmm.
And so,
The creepy
But-
clouds just like freaked me out for a second.
but he does not stop you guys or a meal or anything of the sort.
I feel like Rahadin's
So-
working for the wrong guy.
Question.
Answer.
This is for the guy on the wagon.
Rahadin.
If we find Strahd's obsession, how would we contact him?
This is an excellent question. No one has asked this question before. And the DM most certainly was not expecting this question. If you find
I'm
him,
sorry, guys. I'm plotting in my head right now. I'm coming up with strategies.
Gears are spinning ever so quickly in Charlotte's head.
if you guys decide
Yeah,
to
I'm
do
gonna
the
try
right
to get
thing
Rahadin.
and bring Tatiana, you can bring her to the castle. If it is more convenient for her to be brought elsewhere, I'm certain that a letter to Strahd to pretty much anybody word will get out.
Sounds good.
So,
Would that-
like,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
If the DM thinks of a better way, he will tell you. It is weird
like-
that Rahadin would say something like that, but he did.
Rahadin's an interesting fellow. Let's say Rahadin comes and works for me.
Yeah, I can work for you. I would make sure that my master has a happy retirement. If he reassigns myself to you, then of course.
No, I just mean you just make your own decision and come work for me.
My decision has been to serve Strahd after he has saved me.
Okay. Interesting. Saved you from what?
That is a conversation for another time.
Background.
Is that like AKA the DM doesn't know right now?
AK, it has been a while since the DM has read the backstory on Rahadin.
Okay.
I know a
To
little
be
bit
fair,
about
there
how
is some
boys
space
stuff.
between sessions, and the things that I prep for don't always come up.
Right. No, you're good. I just figure
Absolutely.
Rahadin's killed a lot of dudes. I feel like it'd be great when I take over.
Oh, he's killed more people than you ever may know.
That's not real. I've killed a lot of people, I feel like. More, actually, I've just killed a lot of monsters, not a lot of people.
Out of character, I know what he's done. In character, I know nothing.
I know nothing.
I'm
Reaching
just
me
gonna
sounds like
do
screams.
this. I'm just.
I'm
saying,
just coming
yeah.
up with ideas to get us back in here, quote unquote, safely, so that way we can fuck his world up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. See, I'm trying to get Rahadin to be like real cool with me, so that way when we come back through here, he doesn't have to do anything. He just has to not do anything.
It's
either.
not doing anything, it's just him not doing
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just needs to not do something.
But by not doing something, he's already doing too much.
Nah, that sounds silly.
Thank you.
I just think Rahadin and I are gonna be homies.
Going for the homie strat. I got this.
Yeah, we're gonna be homies.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Become homies with Rahadin.
I'm surprised.
I think that's exactly what we're wanting to do.
Just go, hey,
Yeah.
there's a skull in the basement there. You think he'll mind if we just take that?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna ask him like, how many things can we take from this castle before Strahd gets upset?
I think it depends on what he has an emotional attachment to.
How many things does he have emotional attachment to?
That would be something that you would have to ask him. I serve the guy. I don't know his entire life.
I have a
Well,
question about
damn it,
the
Rahadi.
topographic map.
What's up?
Is Section M all hills?
Is Section M all hill? Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was that or just north of B was a hill.
Yeah, no. Section
Because
M
I'm
is like a
trying
mountain
to-
range.
I'm trying to take Clue 3 apart in my head, and yeah.
It's like a mountain range.
Yeah, it's Mount Baratok. And then there's the Svalage Woods that are in there too.
I just
Some of it.
decided that it'd be easier to just share everything. So, what do you guys plan?
Where do people want to go?
I think next on the docket is Windmill, yes?
Iron Crow.
Also, don't forget,
We should,
since you guys have officially left the castle, you do have the choice for a level up.
I wasn't ready for that.
Lovely.
I'm not saying that you guys
have a
have
choice.
to enact on it right this second.
I was gonna
I was
say, 'cause
waiting.
leveling my character sheet is a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I was
guys
saying
can.
depending on
Barbarian isn't all that bad.
You guys-
No, but it's
Depending-
all homebrew, and D&D Beyond doesn't support it anymore.
Fair point.
It clears out anything I've typed in the features and stuff. It just erases it.
Yeah, it's a bit of
I
a
would say
pain.
that's probably something that we should do after mission anyway, or after this session.
Yeah, let's hold off on it.
Just note that we're what, level 6 then?
Yes, I
Sounds
believe.
about right.
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure you have level 6.
If everyone's at
Yes.
level 5, then I think everyone's right, and level 6 is
Yes.
where we're at next.
Correct. And so as you guys travel, Emil is actually telling you about the land of Barovia, where things of interest and such are, thus the map becoming just fully unlocked because fuck it.
Makes
It's not
rather
like we
sweet.
all already had somebody to do that. I'll look at Enoch.
He's covered more ground than me. I lived in a finite area.
Like around here-ish.
Yeah, near Barovia.
So,
That's why my knowledge on Valaki is very limited.
Fair point.
where to for you guys?
Don't know. Although, I know where I want to go, and there's a certain windmill that is involved in that.
Well, I'm thinking we're probably going to need to go back to Valakey because of that party for the
Yeah, that's a good point.
by
Didn't think about
what's
that.
her name.
What's his nuts is holding a party and everyone's invited.
Oh, the Burgomaster.
Party in his pants and everyone's invited.
Where does Emil want to go?
I don't feel like I was invited, John. Where do I wish to go? I
I'm
would
certain
like
have a
to.
family somewhere.
I would greatly enjoy going back to see the family. I do worry
And where's the
that
family?
you all might be a little overwhelmed, but where is the family, you asked?
Yes.
Let me double check real quick on that, and I will just tell you what letter it is because simplicity.
Simplicity's sake.
Yes. Exactly. It is Z. Or Z, as some people say. That is
So
not.
by Salovich Woods.
Yeah, right over here by Lake Barotok.
Salovich Woods.
That's a long ways.
It is quite a long
Oh,
ways.
that makes more sense.
I just tried to zoom in on the Twitch stream.
I've done that a couple times.
Sorry.
Didn't even realize that I had the Twitch stream up instead of this.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's quite a ways.
Yeah. I was taken quite far away from home.
Well, now I know what it is like being so far away from family.
It sucks.
Indeed it does. Unless your family hates you. Or
I don't
you
think
hate
most of them hate me, so I'm okay with it.
If only most of them, maybe it can be manipulated.
Everything will be fine.
It's still nice to go back home, to where you were raised.
Yes.
I hope to do that
So I'm
myself.
wondering.
I hope so too. Anyways, you were asking if I could bite you. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name?
Charlotte.
Charlotte. You were asking if I could bite you. I can?
No, I said I would prefer him to bite me over anyone else.
About to say I can. However, there are complications with receiving this
I'll
curse,
probably go
disease,
batshit
whatever you want to
insane and
call
murder
it.
a person or two.
Yeah, it's not easy to control when you don't have much experience with it. So I'm going to assume that you guys are just heading back to Valaki to...
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I'd completely forgotten about the whole... Yeah, we're gonna go see how the Burgomaster's gonna fuck everything up.
Yay.
Type of thing.
Alright, so you guys go to Valaki. You guys have a grand
So
old time.
honestly,
Huh?
that place isn't that far from Valaki.
And you guys get back around noon. Yeah. Stomachs start to rumble. You know. Might be time to grab some
Grumble,
din din. Or not din din. I guess, you know, if you guys just
It
had dinner
depends
with
if you
Strahd,
did.
then
It depends if you do breakfast, dinner, supper, or breakfast, lunch, dinner. What?
I don't know.
It's breakfast, lunch, dinner, and get it right.
I don't know what breakfast is. I work
It's
night shift.
Usually a Mountain Dew.
Ooh, no. No. Alright. So you guys are back in the town of Valaki. Vasheshasho.
Lucky.
Vilaki.
I'm assuming Rahadin goes home.
Yes, Rahadin. Rahadin stops the carriage a bit short of Valaki, and you guys walk the rest of the way.
Haha, boy, why are you stopping?
Well, the people here are more likely to shoot the carriage than to accept it.
That's a good point. Perhaps we should be let off here.
I agree. And so he lets you guys off. With a warning. No.
Should we?
I have
buy
a very particular set of
dress
skills.
and garments that aren't. Do you wear armor? Are you staying with us? What is your plan?
Well, you guys seem like the best option that I have for restoring some semblance of order and decency to my family. So, I'll stick with you guys.
Fair enough.
As long as y'all want me.
In Lord's brain, it'll be, an extra body to get in between me and the enemies is a good idea. An extra pair of eyes to be watching out for danger is always a good idea.
Anything with heightened senses too.
Don't forget that you guys. Actually, are you guys just going to the inn?
That's probably going to be the first place to stop.
Yep.
All right, you guys head towards the inn. Barkeep waves to you and goes like, "Hi, all," and his face just kind of goes cold as Emil walks in.
Wait, guys. Charlotte, they eat werewolves.
No, they eat wolves. Wait.
And
Does this place have werewolves, like, on pikes around here somewhere?
Valaki, yeah, like
Yeah.
on the outside of the walls. There's like pikes with wolf heads.
We didn't think this through.
Dun dun dun!
Yeah, but I think if he was uncomfortable by that, he would have let us know.
I think he just did with his body language.
They can't
No,
hurt me.
no, not the barkeep.
They can't hurt me anyways, Emil says. And
But what I'm saying is, if he was uncomfortable, he would say something to us before we even got into town.
so yeah,
At least I would hope so.
the barkeep face kind of goes cold and just emotionless as Emil walks in, and Emil just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
walk over to the barkeep.
okay.
I'll let you keep doing your description real quick.
And Emil just kind of
walk
just stands on awkwardly in the doorway, like just barely steps in the threshold and just scooches to the side.
How about we go get you new clothes or something? Let her take care of this.
Okay.
I'll take him to work.
I mean, but I
I
have
think
words.
the cat still has to pick up his belts, doesn't he?
I have my belts. All the belts.
All the belts, bro.
All the bells, bro.
He's the belt cat.
Yeah, you can go and start picking up the custom orders and stuff if you guys wanted to.
No,
Okay.
I only ordered more belts. They had belts. I just added belts.
Yeah, but other people were ordering tailored clothes and such.
I don't think I did
That's
I?
why I ordered
don't
belts.
remember.
I did because I had to.
We essentially had them patch up our clothes.
Yeah, because they didn't have any purple fabric, which is all I cared about.
Well, I mean,
So
I just replaced the
I'm
belts that got cut.
offering to take Emil shopping while
Emil goes
Charlotte
like,
tries
"Yes,
to put
please."
the barkeep at ease.
Yes, please. And Emil walks out with you. Does anybody else? Okay, who's sticking with Charlotte? Who's sticking with Enoch?
See, I told you we were splitting the party.
Where's everybody going? I missed it because I take my
I'm
dog
going
outside.
shopping.
What are you doing?
I'm
I'm going to talk to the
Charlotte.
barkeep.
Yeah, barkeep.
About what?
Barkeep kind of went cold
About
when he saw
what's his
Emil.
name?
Dude, you know I rock the Charlotte. We've been palling around since the beginning, so.
Yeah, we pretty much have.
So it looks like Enoch and the wolf is going to go hand in hand here.
Come finish this odd squad with me.
Yeah, you gotta be the
He
odd
instantly
squad.
shrinks to the size of a child, just grabs your hands and totters. No, he joins you.
Well, if you only, I'm not gonna
What a
buy
fun-
anything.
Hey, Levy, put a foxtail in his hand, just that way he can follow you around.
You can buy more belts.
It took her a second, but it clicked.
Thinks about it for a second. Yes, I could buy more belts.
No!
Howard's not privy to the joke.
Nope, I just moved on.
That was an inside one for Levy and I.
So, we're gonna start with Charlotte. And Charlotte, Ward, did you decide, Lord, whether you're going for belts or staying?
Ward had a very good point. I could always put on more belts.
Yeah, buy more belts, bro.
I'm gonna buy more belts.
Alright, so the three of you go
His belts
off.
are gonna be like fucking belts around
Charlotte.
his chest. It says shotgun rounds. It's gonna be potions.
How do you start this discussion?
That's on you, dude. I'm here for moral support mostly. I'll
What is
dip
the
in when I...
barkeeper's name? I always fucking forget it.
You know what this fucked up thing is that I have also forgotten.
Just say barkeep. We just always call him barkeep.
Yeah, I don't think you guys.
I like to think I'm on a first name basis with the guy.
I mean,
I'm
you-
actually having constant conversations.
You guys
know,
are, but I have forgotten. Here,
I think we should just call him barkeep out of respect, though.
I'll just do this. I'll just activate the scene, and then we can hover over his name and
Oh, yeah.
hopefully
there you
remember
go.
what it is.
Unfulfilled Erwin Mardukov.
Erwin, that's his name.
His name, he's so unfulfilled.
Hello, Erwin.
Erwin Mardukov. Hey DM, how many days has it been since I gave that gold away for the windmill?
Since you gave it to,
Yeah, fucking Ismark.
that was this same day, I think.
Fuck me! Once it's damn windmill.
You start writing notes in the calendar. You can make your own notes.
Okay.
Mm.
It is a handy tool.
So what's up, sir? You looking a little pale there.
Not pale. Mildly uncomfortable doesn't quite do it justice. Why is he here?
A common enemy. He is going to be helping us get to a place that is more than likely going to help us take out our so-called friendly neighborhood Lord of the Vamps.
Friendly neighborhood Lord of the Vamps.
I hear you there. I understand.
He was essentially locked in a dungeon, pretty much left to die. So we took him out, and he's actually been very helpful to a point right now.
You know what he is, right?
Yes.
If anything happens, it is on you and your group.
I will make certain that nothing happens.
I can almost guarantee the Tiefling will be the first to chop his head off. But I'm not there.
You have my,
Dun, dun.
as much as you've helped us and as much as we have helped you, you have my word.
Speaking of helping each other, have you guys made any progress with those seeds?
Seeds.
One was
Fuck.
given to Strahd,
Oh, I forgot about that.
and we still haven't figured out where he kept it.
No, we have not found out where the other two are yet.
Well, we know where one of them is.
Do you know where two of them are?
Well, I would say yes and no with the second one because it's given to Strahd.
Well,
And
you know there were
we-
3 seeds. One
Oh,
Strahd, one was to a place called the Breeze, and then one was Yesterhill.
That's right. That's
Can you
right.
repeat that more slowly?
It's in the
I have it written
notes
down.
that you made, Levy,
Yesterhill.
on
Perez
the
and
22nd. No, 21st. I used
Okay,
your
on Yesterhill,
notes
what
for
was the
my
third one?
benefit. Huh?
Strahd, Yesterhill, and what was the third one?
Berez. Berez.
Brez.
Berez.
So,
Banana.
Because I did forget about that. I will fill him in on the locations of where the 3 seats are.
Great.
It is always troubling to hear that it is in the care of Strahd.
Yeah, that will make him more difficult to deal with.
Yep.
Breeze. That's I need to find out some information. If you guys see a raven within the next 10 minutes, check it for a note.
No problem, sir.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Will it be okay if our newfound friend stays in our rooms with us?
He is your guys' problem.
I just wanted to make sure. That's why I wanted to ask, sir.
Yeah.
Because I know. I took recognition as soon as he walked in.
Yeah.
If it's a problem, we can arrange other things. But
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah.
If it was a
if
problem,
it's all
I would
right,
arrange.
so long as it's our problem,
I don't
then
disagree with what they do to a degree. I don't disagree with their goal. I disagree with how
Their
it's
methods.
done and certain members. I can't say I'm terribly familiar with that man, but I'm familiar with his kind.
Duly noted, sir. Like I said, it's a respect thing. That's why I wanted to, ask first, then later find out it's not.
Okay. And so, are you comfortable with how this conversation went so far?
So far, yeah.
All right, cool. We're gonna do a cut to Enoch, Lord, and Emil as you guys go picking up clothes and go shopping.
If he's gonna stay with us, he might as well be
Yep. And he goes, "That's
not squishy.
Those are interesting choice of friend. I'm not squishy anyways. I am literally invulnerable to everything except magic and silver.
If you damage your enemies.
Take that axe and hit me and see no mark on me."
And how are you gonna hurt me?
He takes his hand and his fingernails
I
just
feel like this
grow
is a
out.
bad first date.
I'm the third wheel to a bad
That's
first
why I
date.
brought the cat.
And his fingernails just grow out, and he flashes you a grin, and his teeth have changed into more canine teeth.
I think Enoch is a little bit aroused by that.
And
I'll be a little taken aback by that.
he lets his form go back to normal, and he goes, "Any questions?"
I was debating if I unintentionally punch him out of reflex.
If you want to. If you want to, like, you could
Either
always
way,
just, like,
You
roll,
shouldn't
like,
be
a
walking around
wisdom.
looking like you rolled in the woods all night.
That's what I tend to do. Are we going to teach Emil the finer points of high society?
It's not high society, just holes without clothes in it would be nice.
All right.
That way we don't end up with a naked, humanoid-looking man with in the party.
So,
I'll just take him where I bought clothes since they didn't
Thank you,
seem too
Onyx.
upset by me.
yeah, no. You take him in there, and they get him a suit and everything all tailored up.
And common clothes.
Yeah, common clothes. It's a lot easier to find stuff that fits him because he's a much more average build. So they get it done and taken care of. Yeah, all good. Say like copper piece.
Do we see our traveling companions while we're around?
Which ones?
The ones we're supposed to be protecting.
Irina and Ismark.
What's his face?
You can roll. I mean, you don't really even need to roll. No, you guys haven't seen him. Because, like, I'm assuming you guys would have, like, been looking at the inn for them. No, you didn't see him.
I
Like,
forget if they were supposed to stay at the end or if they were.
They were doing
Yeah.
their own thing while we were doing our thing.
yeah, they were exploring the town of Alaki. And so one of the things that Emil does say to you is goes, so it seems that you've made some interesting friends here in Barovia.
They were selected,
Weren't we all?
not by me.
Aren't we all selected one way or another?
Such is the way in Barovia.
Yeah. How about you? I'm trying to think if people mentioned. No, people didn't mention your name either. I didn't catch your name either.
That's Lord Kitty Cat.
How about you, Lord Kitty
I'll
Cat?
blink a few times. Formal name is Lord of the Eclipse. You may call me Lord.
I'm gonna lean into Emil. I call him the group pussy.
He stifles a grin.
And I keep insisting that you don't.
Stifles a grin.
First time today. Cut me a break.
A short chuckle, and he goes, I'm assuming that you aren't here by choice either.
No.
No.
I would much prefer to be back in my home on the island.
Oh, so
with my clan.
you weren't designed, more or less, as our
Not to my
friend
knowledge.
here was.
I was brought here against my will, and it was when I was out scouting for my tribe.
I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I hope Charlotte gets stuff patched up with those people.
The other one's named Lord.
Ward? Alright.
Lord Charlotte Enoch.
Ord.
Alright.
Alright.
First two could be almost tied into one.
Is there anything that you guys would like to talk about or anything particular before you guys finish up shopping and work your way back to the inn?
I had a question and that question's gone.
Don't you hate it?
I need to write these things down.
That would tend to help.
Now, hopefully, the other human will be nicer. Although, it was almost the same when I was there the first time.
Alright. Well, that's everything that we've got. Charlotte, was there anything else that you were wanting to... Charlotte or Ward, sorry, was there anything else that you guys were wanting to chat about to the barkeep, to Erwin?
Why are you holding a PlayStation controller?
It is a Nintendo Switch adapter, and because I'm a
do
fidgety
wanna
son of a
know
bitch.
With the barkeep, if he's been keeping an eye on Elena and her brother.
To who?
Or not Elena, what is her name?
To Irina.
Irina.
Thank you. I've been keeping tabs on them as best as possible. They've been doing their own adventures.
I figured they would be. I was just a little bit worried with going and seeing Strahd and potentially something happening to those two.
I haven't heard
Well,
anything negative yet.
I'm still waiting with the priest to get back with me on the rings. So
I hope you hear something soon.
How much longer on those?
he said another day or two, and that was earlier this morning
Oh, okay.
All right.
before we went to Strahd's.
Right.
So, everybody reconvening back at the inn?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You all reconvene back. Erwin is still...
Oh.
What's up?
I want to see with the barkeep before we get back together. Because I want to talk to him about the caretaker real quick.
You want to see the barkeep before?
I want to see if the barkeep... I want to talk with the barkeep about it.
About, like, Rahadin or, like, the like the
dude that's going to
fuzzy
get burned
guy.
alive.
Oh,
The caretaker.
the coffin maker.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
With the coffin maker, I assume you hear what's going on, correct?
Yeah.
I don't believe he should be put to death. I believe he should be punished, but I don't believe he should be put to death.
It is certainly a harsh sentence.
Yes.
But
Do you have any ideas on how we can get him out?
cause a riot. I don't know, friend. It's a bit of a tough one. It depends on who you do and don't want to piss off, I suppose. So,
What's his name? I don't give two shits about
the burgomaster.
Yeah.
You did also, don't forget, with Lady Wachter, the coup to overthrow the burgomaster.
Yes, we do have that. But we were kind of hoping the current burgomaster and her would take each other out.
I think we weren't gonna stick our nose in between those cheeks there.
Because we were promising to assist her, but only because we were wanting to free the coffin maker. So I'm wondering if we could talk with her to see if she could help cause some sort of riot or something of that nature. See what kind of power she can pull, maybe.
I'm saying she
How are we
can.
fixing the cat situation again?
Oh
There's
yeah,
there's a couple
greater
things to
restoration
that.
at some point.
Yeah, we need to find someone that can cast greater restoration because I can't do it yet. Because that's
I'm pulling it up right now.
5th level? No, 6th level.
5th level spell.
5th level spell.
It's up
Won't
there.
you be able to cast it next level?
No.
Should be like a 7th or 8th thing.
Yeah.
9th?
It's a level 7th or 8th cleric, if my memory serves me right.
What is it?
Greater restoration.
Yeah.
At 7th, no. That's 7th level is 4th level spells. 9th level is when you get 5th level spells.
Okay. Yeah, so we would have to find a 9th level cleric.
Or higher.
Thank you, Scarlet.
Or what?
Or higher.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, find or hire one. That we don't know of anyone that high of level yet, and I don't think...
Well, I meant or higher level. But you're same thing.
I don't think our Raven friends would know anybody.
Maybe the abbot in the village of Kresk.
Have we been there yet?
You have not.
I didn't think so.
And in the dinner with Strahd did mention that there's someone in Kresk that you would know, Charlotte. Or should know. Based on your previous lives.
Where's Crest? Because I can't see the map. Oh wait, there might be campaign map.
Kresk is which one? Kresk is why is S. So it's
Okay, so it's over by Savalich Woods.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because we're probably going to be heading that direction anyway with what's his name. So we might be able to
With the meal.
Is that a village next to the lake where the werewolf lives?
I'm gonna just
Location
the
B.
little hut. I'm thinking that's going to be our
location
wizard
B.
friend. V
V
as
is
in
in
Victor.
Victor.
Oh, V as in Victor.
I'm thinking that's our crazy wizard dude.
It's certainly a place.
Does Emil know what it is since he lives there?
Yeah, he does. He knows. Oh, that's the old wizard's tower. I think it's been abandoned for quite a while.
S-M-A-T.
We've had tell of someone that's been living there more or less, but it certainly isn't the wizard that used to live there. Don't know where he went.
I feel like I clutched out of the window and did that. Don't look at me like that. Nothing.
Oh, he's looking.
I'm looking at all of you.
He do be looking though.
I've been looking at all of you.
Stare deeply into your soul.
Meh.
Yeah, he be looking.
So, what do you guys got? Levy.
What?
Thank you.
They don't need to have commercials while watching D&D.
You want to know how many subs you have gifted alone? To the
22.
No, to the channel. Total.
22.
Total.
22. It says so right at the top.
Total. Over the entire time that we've known each other.
That's a different topic.
132.
That's quite a bit.
That is a lot. Anyways, what do you guys wish to do?
Are there any other interesting things going around in town?
Make perception.
Is the cat helping?
Suppose I could help, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, nope, nothing interesting.
Can I make perception myself?
I mean, you had already said, yeah, go for it.
I'm not gonna help her.
Yeah, make your own.
Exactly, I'm not gonna
the
help her.
same thing. You know,
Exactly.
some of those
I said I'm not
buildings.
gonna help her, so I'm not even looking.
Some of those buildings are nicer than others.
I feel like Emil could do a full body shape shift right now, and us two would just be oblivious.
You look over, and it's not a meal. There is actually a small child.
I'm starting to wonder if this is part of the story.
You blink twice, and suddenly Emil is back.
Clear Eyes is awesome.
What?
Clear Eyes, the commercials?
Oh,
We blinked twice and he's back, so I'm just thinking we can put a couple drops in our eyes and we're better now.
Yeah, just like the beach balls with the red lines. You put some Clear Eyes on there, they go away.
so no, you guys don't see anything of particular interest in the village. You do see new posters up about the festival. There is a blazing sun on it. It says, "Bring your families. All will be well." You know, the usual mantra on there.
Maybe a glance at Lord.
Not any more interested in it than you are.
Special show at noon, peak of the sun. Thank you, Mac.
Hey, Scar, on the town map of Alakene, where is the burning supposed to take place?
I would imagine I'm activating it, so it just pulls everybody to it. I'm imagining that it's sort of in the center of town, so where like the party symbol is. It's kind of already for lack of better words, like a scarecrow pedestal already being erected there. Cross. I don't know why it was easier for me to think of the word scarecrow pedestal than cross, but that's my own dumbass.
Burning effigy.
Burning Man.
I wasn't gonna say Burning Man, but you know, I said effigy. That's about the same.
Tell that cutie I said hi.
Group says hi.
Arr.
Yarr.
Did you hear?
No.
Hi.
Hi.
Yes. All right. So, are you wanting to go check it out, more or less?
It might not be a bad idea.
I'm trying to strategize to try to, because I know we're gonna have to probably get what's her name.
So does that mean we're all together now?
Do you all get together?
I'd probably be a good idea.
Sure.
All right, y'all get together. Great
We
talk.
have a talking session about what's not good and what's good.
I think that during this time, Charlotte, if you could go ahead and make me a perception check. And Ward, too, since you were there for that.
Okay.
What the hell are we missing?
Sorry, my brain's like in overdrive mode.
Oh, I got
right
worse
now.
than the last time.
Ah!
I cheated too! And Ward did too. Oh, man.
Yeah, guys, I'm like on the verge of fucking falling asleep here. Sorry.
You're okay.
For a high wisdom character, I'm over here like, man, whatever.
Meh.
If you need, I can, like, just call you.
Alright, since Enoch's useless right now, I'll be back in like 20.
Okay. Do we want to just...
Try not to get us killed.
Do we want to take a small break
I
right
make
now?
no promises.
Or-
Maybe we should all caffeinate. Maybe that'll improve our rolls.
Yeah, do we want to take a small break to caffeinate? Let's see.
I'm up for that.
Might not be a bad idea.
Alright. Small break, everybody. Thank you all for being here. And we will see you guys very shortly. Rock on.
Of course you
Use
can.
the clip.
I think I'm gonna grab catnap.
Hey guys, we're back. Sorry, took us just a smidge longer than we thought, but it's okay. Everything's good. Everything is good.
Everything is awesome.
I just tried to zoom in the stream map.
Yeah, everything's cool.
Yeah,
Part of the
that-
team. Everything is awesome when you live in that dream.
Watch the Lego movie by yourself.
That is my jam.
Dude, Levy is on one tonight.
So, what do you guys...
Also, I've never watched it solo. I've always had some poor soul to watch it with me.
Yeah, Levy, he's not that lonely.
What do you guys wish to do? While you guys are tearing into Levy unnecessarily.
I haven't said a word.
I
Technically,
appreciate
only
that.
I've said something. And also,
mean-
Levy's been fucking all over K-Net.
I mean,
so-
I won Jackbox rap battle today, so
So,
I find it hilarious, but I also can't help myself. Because when someone else is giving... If someone's giving somebody shit, I have to give somebody shit as well. It's just part of my prime directive.
there's a reason you selected us for Scar. I'm pretty sure it has to do with our SAS level.
Yeah, we all have a very similar sass level. Tony and I are probably the worst overall, but Levy be coming out here with the rap lines every once in a while.
She be coming in with the digs.
With the digs, bro. She be coming in there with
I know
the
what it
digs.
is.
I'm
Star
just-
gets all my leftover SAS that I can't use during the PG-13 campaign.
so,
I never stated that it had to be PG-13.
No, but the other people agreed, so I have to go with them.
what's the plan?
Good point. We've got enough players that blush when you start swearing.
I don't swear!
Much.
I might
If you
tease.
would. Oh yeah. They blush when you start teasing people.
It's so much fun. Anyway, so we're saving this dude.
Well,
For
we have
some
two.
unknown reason.
We have because Charlotte's a softie. Whereas I'm just like, yeah, he doesn't deserve to die, but also like
What's Emil doing during all this conversation about
Emil is
serving
usually
some
for eating.
commoner?
Howard.
What's Miles spelled wrong? doing?
I like how only Scar reacted to that.
So,
Did no one else even hear my dumb dad joke?
I heard.
I did, but my
Okay.
response was cookie.
No, but
cookie.
nobody else thought it was funny. That's what it was. Okay, totally fair.
No. What is Miles spelled wrong doing?
he's just sitting back.
His
I'm
name is
listening.
Lime, but backwards. Can I start calling him Lime? Because that's his name backwards.
He's just listening. Sitting back. Sitting on a Coke and whiskey. Technically a
Like
Coke and
one bourbon,
technically a whiskey and
one
Dr. Pepper,
scotch,
but
and one.
I have an
beer.
idea on how to fix this whole scenario with the coffin maker if it all hits the fucking fan hard.
Are we talking about this in front of the guards?
Well, hey, wait.
No.
Where is the coffin maker currently being held?
Probably.
In the
I think
center of
he's
town.
like in the
He's just-
stocks.
Dude, I mean, are there guards watching him?
Yeah.
yes.
Yes.
How? I mean,
Like 4 of them.
Like how intently?
yeah, like how intently? Because like I'm like pretty stealthy. I've got the sleight of hand thing. If someone just does the distraction or whatever, or like whatever, I could feel like I could just unlock this dude and be done with it.
Ward. If you're gonna do that, you might as well just sneak into the mansion and do the job from there.
Here's
Well,
the other
he's-
kicker. How are you going to get him out without them tackling him?
Well, so wait, he's in the center of town in the stocks, right?
Yeah.
And that's where he's been for a whole 2 days or whatever.
I think it's just been a day actually from what you guys
Okay.
have done.
I mean, I just feel like
Yeah, you guys got into town yesterday.
We killed the vampires last night.
okay. Oh shit. So I just feel like
Yeah. Session 8. You guys have been in Barovia for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah, right.
It's been great.
Feels like weeks.
I know.
it does. It feels like it's been, I don't know, 4 months because it has.
For us.
Actually,
yeah.
it's been longer than that because we started in.
It's
In
been
the January.
yeah.
No.
No, before Christmas.
We started before Christmas. We started before Thanksgiving.
We started around
we?
Halloween.
Yeah, because we started in October because we did this. We were like, oh, it's Halloween, cool, like that's great for this. And then one of our streams was like the week before Halloween, or one of our sessions, and then we did one in November, and then we didn't do any more because no one could do anything before Thanksgiving. Then we only did like 1 or 2 more before Scar and I went on Christmas shutdown. And everybody decided that hey, let's just wait.
Yep.
And then so yeah, we've been doing this since October.
Yeah, almost a year.
Alright. I think it's time to take another walk around town.
Yeah, it's been 7 months.
So
For a
while you
three-day
guys
trip.
are having these
For a
existential
3-day trip.
fourth wall breaking conversations, Ward and Charlotte, go ahead and roll me another perception check. Unless
Got it.
you guys have told Lord and Enoch about checking an eye out for ravens, in which case they can also.
But I mean, we just essentially
Why are
just
we
had our
looking
first
for
sit down.
ravens?
Because Barkeep is doing something for us and getting information.
I got a
Can I
25,
just go walk around town? Because I feel like I'm being stalked for some
and you
reason.
got a not 25.
Sure, you can walk around town.
God damn!
You're pretty
any
bad
of
at
my
perceiving
shadows
things for
coming
a
with
fucking
me?
cleric.
Right?
I do
I
have
have-
to ask your shadows.
I have
I'll
like a
ask the shadow
16.
that's not controlled
What's your
by
wisdom score, Tony?
him. I'll take the puppy dog.
17.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we have the same modifier. That's why. Okay, I'm like, because well, if you guys remember, my character was like kind of busted. Like, I have a 15 strength, 18 dex, 18 con, and 16 and everything else. So like, Ward walked in here kind of busted.
Everybody did.
I rolled
Everybody-
average.
Yeah, you were kind of above average. I think Levy had a pretty good score. K-Nuts was pretty all right. I think my guy was.
I have some pretty good scores.
I just feel like Because remember, I kept rolling a bunch of 1s, so then when I re-roll it, it'd be like a 5 or a 6. So I just kept getting more and more busted.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually really dumb. I've never rolled a character that well before.
Yeah. I've seen a character played that well. Played with that kind of stats. They got an 18 in almost everything.
Does the dog come with me?
Yeah, the dog will come with you if you ask him to.
I think the only one that of his stats that didn't get a super high score that got like a +4 at start was strength, which got like a +2.
So
like all of the important ones got +4 from the beginning of the campaign.
So Ward, you do see a raven hopping around along the rooftops with something around his leg.
Say that again. I do what now? I say
You
what,
do see
what?
a raven hopping up along the rooftops with what looks like something tied around his leg.
Oh,
it's from the chair. Okay, I was like, Jesus Christ.
I just like put a couple of fingies out so it'll come and land on my fingies.
Yeah, sure.
Like that. Like what?
Yeah, sure. You.
Oh wait, hold up. I'm gonna
way
try
more than that. You know that, right?
I'm gonna. Well, Ward's got a 15 strength, so he'll be all right. I'm gonna try to attempt to do this as quietly as possible. I've been working on my crow call in real life.
Okay.
I'm gonna attempt to call the crow over unless the fingy thing is just gonna work.
I mean, I was gonna let it work, but I am definitely intrigued on hearing your crow call since you've been working on it in real life.
Okay.
I'm sure your girlfriend won't be surprised.
No, she's asleep right now, so she's good.
That's gonna.
I'm gonna take the microphone off my face so that I'm not so close to it, and I will. Hopefully, I don't butcher this call real quick, all for stream, because now I've made it seem like I'm really good at it when I'm not. But
that's okay.
Right,
I have filters on almost all audio sources for these exact reasons.
Okay, perfect. Hold up. I'm holding the fingies out.
Yep. Okay.
And I'm looking at the crow, or the raven. Sorry, I mean mine's more of a crow call, but whatever.
It's fine.
And then hold up. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just need a head shake. Okay.
Putting a stream marker down on this.
All right.
It cut you.
Again.
Now you couldn't hear it?
I think it was too high pitched, so your microphone cut out.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not doing it with it on my head. It'll bust the fucking everybody's ears because it's loud. I mean, I'll fucking do it, but it's legitimately pretty loud.
No balls.
Also, I don't remember how to whisper GMs on Foundry, so I just sent you messages.
Okay.
Okay. Well, never mind. We're not doing it because, like, legitimately, it's extremely loud. So.
Well, you do the sound that we didn't hear.
Yeah, I do the sound that you guys didn't get to hear because I just don't. I'm not doing it.
And
my girlfriend didn't wake up.
It cocks its heads to you. It opens its wings hesitantly, looks away for a moment, looks back at you, and then flies to your fingers.
Like, motherfucker, what?
What did you just call my mom?
Yeah, because I can't do the call very quietly at all. Because then I can't. It just doesn't work that way.
No worries.
Then it'll start sounding sexy.
And then then all of a sudden, me and the crow, or me and the raven, like in an intimate relationship, and I'm just not sure I'm ready for that.
You just weren't sure if you were ready for this.
And they're specifically ravens, not crows, because I feel like crows are
ravens.
Ravenloft.
Ravens are actually bigger.
They're bigger, but they're not as smart, and they're not as
Here you go, Levy.
Actually, ravens are pretty smart. They just get distracted easily.
Right.
They're like ADHD kids.
Well, crows
or like
are
our D&D group.
Yeah, crows are like extremely intelligent birds. Like they can communicate with, like a complicated series of things with body language and eyesight, like eye contact only between other crows. It's kind of really cool.
This is turning into random fact stream.
Yes, it is.
Don't get me started.
The title for this, after it gets loaded to the YouTubes, is going to be Curse of Strahd, Session 8, Random Facts.
Well, here, I'll throw one more in just for you guys.
God damn it.
You guys know what a turkey vulture is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're one of the only types of birds that doesn't have a thing called a syrinx, which is a thing inside their throat, which is similar to a voice box that other birds have, and that's why they can't caw, and they only do like grunts and like almost like barking noises because they can't caw.
I feel like I learned a lot.
Kind of like lions can't make certain noises that cats can.
Exactly.
So the raven flies to your finger and has a note on its leg.
Okay, I take the note.
Take the note and it flies off.
Off the raven, and I flick it off.
It just looks back like, boy, and it gets flying.
Boy! Alright, I unfurl the note and then I read it. What does it say?
So remind me what you were asking about.
It was the seeds.
Seeds, right?
He said he was going to do some investigation himself, and he would let us know within like 10 minutes or so.
Right. So he does.
Hey, who's he, by the way?
The barkeep.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought. I just couldn't remember for sure.
Does the investigation. It says
Irwin.
Breeze, extreme danger. Hag ? Yester Hill. Gathering of druids.
I'm glad I'm not there.
Is that it?
And then third is ?
You said
Are
hag,
you writing
correct?
these in the notes?
Hag ?
Breeze.
Okay.
Hag ? Okay.
Yeah.
So like there might be hags
Like-
at Yester Hill, or
something
Breeze.
similar.
Okay, and then so Breeze, extreme danger, hag ?
Yes.
And then Yester Hill, gathering of druids.
Yeah, gathering of druids.
And where the hell is Yester Hill?
I can tell you the letter thing in just a moment.
I think you did, and I can't remember what it is.
I don't think I did for Yester Hill. Yester Hill is Y.
That's
Why
right. No,
what?
you told me that it's over to the south of Saltfish Woods.
Yeah, it's like it's like down past Lunar Lake on Lunar River.
No,
rather.
what I was thinking of was the S destination with the person that I would know.
Hmm?
For the cleric of level 8 or 9.
Oh, by Krezik?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
That's what I was. That's what I was thinking of. Was of.
So Yester Hill is here.
Yep.
And what was that S?
That was. What was the name of that place? I don't remember.
The S?
Yeah.
S is Kresk, I believe.
Crest.
Yeah, the village of Kresk.
Or yeah, Kresk. Whatever. I keep calling it Krezik. Okay.
That's where I would know someone from my past life, supposedly.
Interesting.
Don't know how I would know them since I've never met them in this life, but
You'll find out. It has been so much fun working in backstories.
I feel like there can't
I'm so
possibly be
glad
too many.
I wasn't here to hear any of that.
I just feel like there can't be too many more things that you have to come up with for me. It's like
I gave him a lot to work with for Charlotte.
Yeah.
I gave him
I got a
decent
book
amount,
from Tony.
but we kind of. I mean, without doing all of it, I don't have much less to reveal. I don't think.
I
may or may not
fucked
have
up and
forgotten
didn't
to
write
give him
enough
anything.
notes because we did all of mine verbally in call.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, K-Nuts, my understanding is that you basically gave him squat to work with.
I gave him enough for all 4 of us.
Dude, no shit, because you sent me like some of the backstory, and I couldn't even read it because I was like, holy shit, there's so much.
He got a link that took him to all of the information from the adventures
I don't know where it is on it.
Cheryl was on.
Oh, Jesus.
Tony, Onyx is asking where your light is.
It's turned off right now.
Pretty dark.
I mean, he's not so dark you can't see his face, though, so...
Plus, I mean, Charlotte
stream.
lights up whenever he talks, so...
If I turn the light on, it'll heat up really quick. I'm just letting it cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it was like 82, and I think it's like
There you go, Mac.
mid-70s in the house.
Ouch, bro. 82.
So, do I manage to get any tomatoes thrown at me?
By doing what?
Walking around with a werewolf.
No.
Does he just look human right now?
Yeah, he looks as humanoid
But
as a
somehow
human
the
could be.
bartender knew, so I'm wondering if the villagers have a weird trick.
No, you can roll
I
insight
think it's
if
his
you like.
clan.
Why would I say what?
You can roll insight to like see if you notice anybody like giving him odd looks or something, like any like recognition.
How did the barkeep know that Lime was fucking? Oh,
I think it's a clan thing that they have.
I mean, you
think
could
they're
always
kind of
ask
fighters.
Emil. You guys didn't ask Emil about the bartender at all.
Oh yeah.
Fair.
Well, so what are you, Tony? Are
it-
you trying to suggest that the bartender might also be a werewolf?
It doesn't
No,
seem
I'm
like
saying they're
anybody notices
hunters.
him at all.
Okay.
Who's a hunter?
The bar
I
and their family. Because they are the
notice
ones
anything
with the
unusual?
ravens.
Do you notice anything unusual?
That could be.
You definitely get a few strange looks, you know, being a very cloaked and heavily covered person.
Well, that's
But
what I should have bought while we were at the store. Gloves.
we can say you did.
Okay.
But yeah, no. No one
Always got to be careful.
doesn't seem like anybody's really paying that much attention to you.
And no one like me.
Not that you spot.
Sweet. I feel less stalked now.
That's good. You can always ask Emil to take a look too. You know, he's got that keen sense of smell and
I know,
everything.
but he's not part of this.
Okay.
Wait, are we all with Enoch?
No.
No, Enoch and Emil went to take a little walk.
I didn't go alone, guys.
That's
Yeah,
good.
she went with the practically invulnerable NPC.
How is he invulnerable? He's not invulnerable. He can't be invulnerable. Or I guess he's only weak to silver, though. Other weapons don't do shit.
Silver
to
and
him.
magic.
Well,
I'm
He's
highly
not bad.
curious about this now.
I mean, you can, if you want, you can start making investigation checks to try to track down
No,
Enoch and Emil.
No, I'm gonna go talk to Erwin.
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Who's
going with
Erwin?
I'm
The
going to-
bartender.
We're gonna go right back
I'm
into
like the
the
only one on a first name basis for this guy.
I just always call him barkeep no matter what. Even though I know his name, that's just how word works.
So, okay. So you two are walking about. I'm assuming that Lord and Ward are both going with
What
Charlotte.
is that noise?
It's
What,
Tony wiping off his desk.
Oh, okay.
It's the sound of a million ants crying out in pain.
I thought it was a nail file at first.
So where are we right now?
I'm at-
You guys are just
You
in
know,
town.
Okay,
You
but I'm
guys-
saying like
You guys
We
were
left-
heading to the center of town. I'm assuming to talk to like the coffin maker and all that, but
well
I don't know. I don't know what Levy was doing. I just know she was going
No,
out
we
of
were
town.
doing we never left the bar, did we?
Yeah, I never left the bar.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. We never left the bar. Okay, yeah. Ask that chump what's up.
So, hey, Erwin, barkeep Erwin.
Yeah, I didn't
just
say,
one
yo,
moment.
barkeep.
You know, DM's trying to think up of excuses. All right, what's up?
What's Lord doing?
He's with us.
I'm gonna send him a silver
Following.
coin, you know, just as a tip,
Lord
because
was
I
out
like him.
buying belts with you guys.
Oh, that's right. He was out. So he's with you guys.
More
That's-
belts.
That's my bad. He's with you guys.
So, what's up, Charlotte?
Hey, so just kind of clicked.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you know what he was?
Well, in the field of information gathering, kind of best to know about everybody.
Okay, but he's been locked up in Strahd's castle. So
Mm-hmm.
how did you
Like, did they
even know
have
who he was?
specific towns?
Wait, hold up. I'd like to interject super quickly out of character.
Okay.
I might have missed it. Tony, did he say specifically that he was a werewolf, or did he just say, why did you bring him here?
He just said, why is he here?
Okay, well, that doesn't really mean anything.
But his reaction indicates he knows what he is.
Nah, maybe he just knows him, and maybe he just doesn't like that guy.
No, because he doesn't know his name.
Well, then how... I'd like to do an insight check on him even recognizing him and see what's up.
Go for it.
Alright.
I'm not sure what exactly you're looking for. Like, yeah, he recognized the guy, kind of.
Yeah, but like, is there like...
So, best question.
I don't know.
Actually, this is the quickest route. You don't actually know him, do you?
There we go.
Not personally.
But you heard of him probably then.
Yeah. Heard of some people that were causing trouble to our lord and
God, I love
was
his sarcasm.
punished.
The barkeep's the best character we've met.
Fuck yeah. I mean, what
Maybe the
others...
priest was pretty cool too.
Priest is a close
I
second.
don't know. I think
Only because he's a bad motherfucker.
The Romani that Ward met was pretty cool.
Oh, wait.
I don't like her.
No,
that
the
I
dude
met?
with the hat.
Oh, you're talking about Van Richten that I didn't tell you guys at first was Van Richten. That we thought was... What was he? He was posing as who?
Rictavio.
Oh, yeah, Rictavio.
I am
yeah.
a worker of a circus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I told you guys all about that shit, right? Except for like a few choice details that I already forget. So you guys will never know.
Go
Unless
watch
you-
the pod.
I guess yeah, you'll just have to watch the video, but yeah, okay, sorry, continue.
So it's no special trick or anything. It's just from information gathering and probably hunting their kind numerous times.
Their kind, you keep saying... Did he? Okay,
No,
hold
I
on.
don't think I've ever hunted anybody of his affiliation.
But not like hunting, but hunting for information on them per se, not physically killing them or anything.
I prefer to call reference as gathering.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, okay, now can I just apply my accidental insight roll that was stupid and see if if he's like
Being
around
honest.
the bush or anything?
I mean, you don't feel
Or
like
you would-
that. You don't feel like there's really any.
Or I can just roll a new
He
one,
doesn't.
but-
You don't feel like there's any reason for him to be disingenuous. Like he hasn't,
Okay.
clearly. So you're like, yes, this is how we know, blah 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 blah. But there doesn't
It
seem
could
to
be
be.
close family secrets that he is not obligated to tell.
Yeah,
Okay, so,
yeah. It doesn't really seem like he's trying to hide anything.
okay.
Like he's just.
So he's basically just saying like he knows this guy has caused trouble for.
Yeah, like.
Okay. Can I ask him what else he knows about Lime?
Who?
Because I'm only gonna call him Lime from now on.
Is that
I
his
don't
name?
say that to his
Emil.
name, Emil, but that's Lime.
I'm getting two
backwards, so-
different answers here.
I'm gonna call him Lime.
So his name is Lime or Emil?
Yes.
Yes.
I fucking
Our
hate
friend Ward
adventurers.
Sir, my friend Ward here likes to name play.
I can
So-
tell.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I just want him to, if whatever he's willing to give me info on him, whatever he knows. I mean, if I must pay, I'm not saying this part to him, but if I must pay for the info, I'm willing to. Actually, I'll tell him I'm willing to pay for information. I don't care.
If you take care of the seeds, that's more than enough payment for me. But
Okay.
I know that he and his associates try to save kids, more or less, from mishaps of Barovia. I can't say I 100% agree with how they go about it, but not much I can do about it. That's something that you're gonna have to ask him about.
So, but you just don't want to tell me.
Correct.
It's not his place to tell us.
What if I bribe you? Can I bribe you?
I mean,
can I bribe you?
I appreciate you. I appreciate you being extremely.
I meant to say, can I bribe him? My bad.
I appreciate you being extremely forward with me. Don't get me wrong. However,
I'm not afraid.
I don't feel comfortable telling other people about other individuals' affairs unless it's something that I personally could see as needs to be changed.
I mean, I'm walking around in a group with this guy. I feel like I want to know what's up.
You're walking around with him, you can ask him.
Slowly losing respect for the barkeep, but also gaining it at the same time. Alright, fair enough. This guy will not be bribed, apparently.
I mean, hey, means he probably hasn't been able to be bribed about you guys, so.
Well, that's fair, I guess. The only bribe he needs to know about keeping his mouth shut for me is that I don't shoot him in his face.
Can I join these guys?
like the bartenders?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We have a whole guild through Barovia.
Heck yeah.
No.
See?
The sad part is I knew that was fully sarcasm. That's why I didn't say anything.
Well, there's not a guild yet.
If you want to start one, I'll put in for him.
There needs to be an information gathering guild.
No, probably with them being small, it's probably better because it's less of a chance for them being caught by Strahd right now.
Let's call it a union then, not a guild.
Guild sounds like an adventurer thing.
Yeah. See, when you hold up, guys.
Hold up, I'm having like an existential crisis in character.
I just was curious. I wasn't sure if it was like a special trait or ability or something, or innate ability that they may have had.
Nope, just word of mouth, word of claw, beak, however you want to pray. Ravens. Yeah, raisins. No, ravens.
Yeah, raisins, not ravens. What are you talking about?
We're all raisin mad here.
I mean, you guys have grapes that you turn into wine. Of course, you got raisins.
I'm not gonna make that joke.
So, Lord, we have to go there eventually, don't we?
Yeah.
Ward's not going to stop asking.
If we put it off too long, it might become a problem.
Ward's not gonna stop asking about what? You guys have been pretty quiet this entire time.
I'm not there,
I know
but
you're not there. That's why I'm talking to Lord.
No, I know,
not
but
you.
it's like I can tell you that he's definitely not going to stop.
Ward has an unnatural fascination for the rest of the Barovia as a whole. If we deny this part of it, he's not going to let us forget it.
She scared the shit out of me.
Sorry. I managed to right-click to pull up that menu in time. Like, yes. Gotta keep him safe.
Yeah, keep the kiddos safe.
There's a handsome man.
I'll say, is that a handsome piece of man meat?
It is a handsome man.
Yeah.
Maybe I can pull him over here real quick. He's equipped with a blow dryer and a hairbrush.
All I heard was blow, and I'm interested.
Heyo.
Hey.
That's all I got for the
Hey, tie-dye.
Anyway, I guess we should go. There's an extra day. But we can always do it after the festival, I guess.
We should make sure to do it before we go anywhere else.
I do need to ask
We don't know.
context real quick.
We're not there, so we don't know.
I'm
We
here
should
and I
go
don't
to the
know.
windmill and take care of that before we go anywhere else.
I'm just kidding. They're definitely talking. She asked him, Tony, in case you weren't paying attention, but she asked Lord if we should just go there, in quotes, the windmill, and he said Ward's not gonna leave it alone, obviously.
Okay.
And he'll hold it against us if we don't let him go. Which is, I'm not there, but that's
a night's sleep from you.
No, you will not. I'm not there again, but I can tell you that you won't.
I love that he's honest.
Maybe we can just leave him on the doorstep.
So, where do we go from here, guys?
I mean, the party split up. I already took care of business.
I'm just wandering and observing. Still slightly paranoid.
I'm gonna...
Especially because we've been here for more than 24 hours.
I'm gonna order one shot of whatever the strongest thing is.
Oh, God.
From the barkeep.
I don't remember what that was.
It doesn't matter.
It was something delicious. All right, you go. You go ahead and order one. There you go.
How much is it?
I'm trying to remember.
10 gold pieces.
No, it's not.
No,
that
is a lot.
I'll give him a gold piece.
It was.
Barovia has a toy shop?
It was Red Dragon Crush for 1 silver piece for a pint.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the whole pint. I'm just kidding. They don't have like liquor.
It's a wine.
They don't have liquor though.
No, it's just essentially all they have is a winery.
Yeah, his family.
I don't want it.
The family owns the winery.
I'm gonna stop in front of the toy shop and stare at it. Though.
Okay.
This is some weird stuff.
Go ahead and roll me perception checks.
What? It's a toy shop.
Yep.
What kind of toy shop?
Lord has to make a perception check.
Yeah, everybody that's there. No, I don't have a map made for this because no map, no battles or anything. But
got a 16. What'd you get, Lord?
He didn't yet.
Perception. Why did I closed my character sheet. Why did I do that?
I've done that so many times.
I did it earlier. I had to have him put the token back on the page so I could grab it up.
Hey, 19.
Okay, so this cramped shop has a dark entrance portico, above which hangs a sign shaped like a rocking horse with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are 2 arch lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no blinksy."
Oh my god.
I love this place.
And Lord and Enoch, you both swear that you see what looks like a monkey on the counter.
What the fuck is a monkey?
A monkey. Like
ooh,
ooh, ah,
ah. I've seen monkeys in Schultz.
I don't know if
Enoch doesn't know what a monkey is.
I'm not there, but like, do you mean monkey?
Like chimpanzee monkey, yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Like, me want banana.
Wait, I'm gonna look at the monkey. I'm gonna look at Lord. Almost look the same.
Oddly enough.
Long tail, covered in fur. The ears are wrong though.
The ears are
wrong. The face also seems kind of off.
The form factor is mostly there.
It's a lot smaller.
It's different. I don't swing from trees.
But you
I drop
could.
from trees
He's gonna
onto
look
unsuspecting
so
prey.
confused.
So, do you go in?
You wouldn't survive, Schultz.
I'm big enough. I'd be fine.
I'll push the door open.
I'll follow the cat.
And I'll walk in.
You guys go
Why
in?
did the NPC make a perception check?
Because he's not a character that you guys need to worry about.
But he can warn us of danger.
I mean, he can.
If he so chooses.
Do you want him to warn you of danger?
That's why we're bringing him, isn't it?
I mean, there could be a few reasons.
Anyway, I'll follow the
That's
cat.
wrong.
I trust the cat.
I
Okay.
feel like we're allowing him to come along because he's definitely gonna be an
So
asset.
this is the
God.
fella that you guys see.
It definitely looks like Lord, right, guys?
100%.
And as you guys walk
I mean,
in,
I don't see it, but
as you guys walk in, he goes, "Welcome, friends, to the House of Linksy, where happiness and smiles can be bought at bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy, or little toy for boy or girl."
I, as a player, want to puke.
Okay.
Enoch's just like, humans are weird. It also terrifies me that there's a art of a store owner.
Can I help either of you?
Just
This one
visiting.
does not know what a monkey is.
Oh, well, this.
Definitely one of you. Look, they're both covered in fur.
Please
They have long
tell her how
tails.
it's different.
Well, I can see why the resemblance was made, but I can assure you that there is major differences. This, I can tell you, is a monkey. His name is Piccolo. He is an absolute delight. I cannot tell you what the fellow that you have with you is.
He's a cat.
That is a much bigger cat than I know of.
I'm big boned.
secretly,
So,
Lord is just
Can I
house
interest
cat.
any of you in some toys?
Oh my
Well,
god!
turn to
Don't
Enoch.
buy me any toys.
Are you sure you don't want any? You certainly are a very childish one.
We do have a rather nice selection of festival-based toys.
Oh, Enoch would definitely like one of those.
Listen, at a game unicorn, if someone doesn't come up to me with a toy, I'm gonna be so upset.
I'm trying to think if they've run across any kids that aren't ghosts recently.
I don't. Have we?
I mean,
Although,
not any
your-
that you
your
guys like
trainer-
stop to talk to.
Yeah, because your trainer was telling stories to some. Or
My
whatever.
trainer.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rictavio.
My associate,
Rictavio. Rictavio and Blinksy both have very similar voices. It's almost like
don't
I have a
suppose
very
you've got
stifled
little-
imagination.
I don't suppose you've got little bears? Stuffed bears?
I do not have bears. I'm very sorry about that. But I do, I have this doll, and he picks up a headless doll, and he has along with it a sack, and you can see it's like Velcroed on the top, and he pulls out like a head out of the sack. You can attach different kinds on these ones. Like this one, oh, this was so spooky, and he puts on a head that only has one eye, and its mouth is stitched shut.
disgusting.
Feels like home.
I'm just liking Barovia even more.
We've
I'll
got
just
this,
walk around and look at all the whatever's on the shelves.
we've got this hangman game. It's quite fun, you know. You don't get it all right, and then boo, and then you see that he has a miniature gallows complete with a trap door and a weighted hangman.
That is fantastic.
Jesus.
I don't suppose you've got something even more primitive, like a hoop and a stick?
I have a musical merry-go-round, and he pulls it up, and it does look like a musical merry-go-round. However, instead of prancing horses, there are figures of snarly wolves chasing people.
Is this Nightmare Before Christmas when Jack Skeleton takes over
Maybe.
for Christmas?
If you like, you can roll perception checks while you're in the shop to see if there's anything that particularly catches you guys' eye.
Hey Charlotte, what are we doing?
We're still at the bar.
Are we? Did
I
we
don't
not
know
leave?
anything.
I ain't got a fucking clue what you guys are doing.
I mean-
it kind of had a scene transition.
Okay,
so.
cool. I couldn't remember if we like actually left after that or not.
So, Lord, you what catches your eye is a ventriloquist dummy that looks an awful lot like Strahd.
Oh boy. A Strahd dummy.
Does that make 2 of them in this room?
Oh!
Oh!
Well, if we're including you, that would be 3.
I'm not Strahd.
No, we're 3 dummies.
And then Enoch, what catches your eye is
you might want to think about that for a few moments.
Enoch, what catches your eye is that behind the counter, you notice a doll that looks remarkably like Irina.
So, in typical childish fashion, I'm going to grab the Strahd ventriloquist doll and bring it over to Enoch. I'm going to thrust it at her and say, "Can you get me this?"
Don't you have more money than Enoch?
We all do.
Shots fired.
Do you think she'd like that one? Points to doll.
Towards Irina
That
one?
bears a remarkable likeness to her.
Oh,
That's kind of creepy,
I'm
actually.
sorry, that one is not for sale, unfortunately.
Why?
I'm going to point to the Strahd one.
That one is for sale. You can have that as much as you like. That thing creeps me the fuck out. The one that your tall friend pointed out behind the counter, I'm sorry, it is not for sale. It was special order.
Oh.
Ooh.
A not so very nice gentleman. He goes by the name of Isaac.
By what?
Isaac.
Isaac?
Ezekiel. Got it.
Izek.
Isaac?
He goes by name Isaac.
So like Isaac with less letters?
Yeah.
Do I know that name?
Roll insight with advantage. You know that this guy is a dick. He was... You don't really know too much about his backstory, but you know that he's a terror, more or less, among Valaki, and that word of that has even reached the windmill. So, not a very nice fellow. Some say that he was...
He's not allowed to have nice things. I'd like to buy it.
The biggest rumor about him is about this demon arm that he has.
Probably stole it from my relatives.
DM out of game unicorn. Have we heard that name before?
Out of game or in game?
Like, have we? I mean, I'm asking you just random. I don't really care to hear too much. That name doesn't sound familiar. Has that ever come up before?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
The tiefling would like to buy the doll because that human's not allowed to have nice things.
I'm sorry, I cannot. I have no choice but to make special doll for him. He doesn't even pay. He just threatens to burn the place down, and he's okay to do it because of the burgomaster.
What was the last sentence said?
I said that he doesn't even pay. He just threatens to burn the place down.
Something burgomaster. What was that part?
Oh, don't worry about it. But there's also this. Then he pulls up like a wooden string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings. Like if you push it up and down, the wings go woof woof.
Can I do a wash and repeat of what I did the last time I didn't get what I wanted?
Which is...
Wait, do I have those spells prepared?
The thaumaturgy and all that? I don't know. Do you?
Where she made the candles burn brighter. And...
Yeah, but
I can't. I don't have thaumaturgy. I have magic missile.
Just start blowing up. But like, no, Isaac, what are you doing here?
I have light and I have invisibility.
Cool. what would you like to do? Or do you want to intimidate him to give you the doll?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and roll intimidation. And,
Not much.
10. He's just a commoner stat. Yeah, he's just commoner stat. I am going to have him roll an opposing insight. Because this is becoming a question of who is he more afraid of, you or Isaac?
Yeah.
So insight. Oh.
I can't see what was
Crap. He rolled a 7. Sorry.
Okay.
There we go. Reveal to everyone. Boom. Ah. He goes, oh, okay. And he just kind of stands there nervously, just like wringing his hands, more or less.
I'll give him
Are you sure
some
this
gold
is
for
worth
that.
it?
Bad people shouldn't have nice things.
Are you sure we aren't the bad people now?
The most that I would charge for it is 9 copper piece for the doll.
I give him a gold.
Is that... I fucking hate trying to remember conversion rates.
So,
Copper, silver, electrum, gold.
Yes. The only problem is trying to remember what the...
So 10 copper to a silver, 10 silver to a gold.
So you just gave him like 100
just
copper.
Just paid like 11 times as much as he would have charged for it.
Yeah.
Plus a little bit, but
I cannot do... You take the doll and you also take the creepy fucking thing that I do not want in my shop.
The thing I'm still holding on to?
Please.
Put a bag over that thing's head.
Well, I was going to say go drown it in the river, but...
That would be a good idea for that thing.
I agree.
Wait, how does my magic sense work again?
You just, if I remember correctly, you just like
That's an action awareness. Yes, I'd like to do that for release the store.
You just, what is that? Just automatically detect all magic?
How do I?
You know the location of any spell or magic. Thank you.
That isn't behind total cover, 60 feet.
Okay. I'm double checking it right now. You do not, you do not get a sense of magic from anywhere in the shop.
Okay, just because he's overly used the word creepy. Wasn't sure if there was an aura or something.
No, I just don't. I don't like that. I don't like the reminder.
Oh, equal to my proficiency bonus, so I should get one more of those.
I don't like the reminder of what it is. If I click to chat, what does that do? Oh, it puts it right there. Very handy. Is no fun. Is no.
That's way better than the big pop up.
Yeah. Is no fun. Is no blinksy.
Anyway, I put the doll in my bag.
Okay. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do here?
Anything you want to look at, Lord?
I'm assuming this is a maybe. Is there anything that you guys would like to do?
I got that.
No,
No?
I don't have anything.
Okay.
Go back to the bar, I guess.
All right. You guys start heading your way back to the bar. What's up?
Tell the creepy shopkeeper if he comes looking for the doll that we're at the Blue Moon Inn, whatever it's
Blue
called.
Water Inn.
There we go.
I will definitely tell Isaac that another person has taken it to the Blue Water Inn.
I bought it.
Yes. That.
Okay.
All right, and you guys are heading your way back. Is there anything else anybody else would like to do, or what's the next plan of action?
Well, I don't have anything else. Aside from, we could go to the windmill.
Yeah, I was gonna say, only thing other than windmills talking to lady who wants to overthrow Burgomaster or Meister and
Talk
see
to-
how she wants to fucking do that.
Talk to Lady Wachter.
Yeah, that lady.
Did we all meet back up or no?
Yeah, that's what you guys are doing right
Yeah.
now. Talking about what you guys want to do.
We went to a very strange toy store.
I got a souvenir.
As did I.
Yours
brandishing
is worse than mine.
the Strahd puppet. Now he can watch us as we... You know, I'm not going to finish that statement.
You got drowned it in the river like you said you were going to.
Once we get over there.
So you guys see Irina and Ismark walk into the inn at this time. Is there anything you guys would like to talk to him about?
Upon them coming in, I'm going to immediately stuff this Strahd puppet into my bag.
All right.
Just be like, they probably don't want to see him.
All right. So who currently has a sun sword? All right, Enoch. You get
I'm pointing like you guys can see me pointing at Levy.
you get a feeling of mixed emotions from the sun sword as soon when Irina comes in. You get a feeling of joy. You get a feeling of sorrow. And you also get the feeling of, like, I guess forlorn, I guess might be the word.
Sword technically probably belongs to her.
No, because it was owned by the person in love with her that was actually in love with her.
Right, but what I'm saying is it has ties to her.
He looks extremely befuddled, creeped out, all at once. Is he specific? Can he tell?
He can tell it's from the sword. And
he can't just push it off of himself because it's in the sheath.
It doesn't have a blade.
Oh, what?
It's just a hilt.
It's a hilt and it erupts like a saber, more similar to like the dark blade.
But he can't just. Then how would he be carrying it? I wonder.
Probably have it in
On
a
a hook
pocket
on your
or a
belt.
bag.
You'd carry it just like if you were gonna carry an axe. Like an axe just sits in a loop, and then the axe head is what keeps it from falling through. So it has a hilt. You know what I'm saying? Or like it has a hilt and a palm.
Whatever table he's standing at, he's just gonna like pull it off and just put it on the table, hoping it'll stop giving him feelings because he doesn't want to deal with that right now.
It does not give you feelings. It does not stop giving you feelings.
I'll say because once you're attuned to it, I think it's
able to speak to you freely. You get the feeling that you get this sort of like pulling sensation towards Irina from the sword.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna look at her.
The sword wants to go off smooth mode.
So it can stop throwing an emotional shit fit, whatever it's doing,
Mm-hmm.
please.
It's just like it wants the lady.
Yeah. And he's
So-
saying that like out of the blue, like no context of where it came from.
What was it that he said?
Can you come touch? He points at the hilt. This so it stops having an emotional shit fit over you for some reason.
She looks at you and go, "I'm sorry." What?
Oh, it's a trinket I picked up. Looks at Charlotte. You
Charlotte's
tell her.
gonna butt in. This is a sun sword that was found off of. Fuck, what's his name?
Sergey.
Sergei's coffin inside. I'm just going straight to inside Strahd's castle because we had to meet him for a luncheon. We would like to actually have you have this
Who is Sergey?
because it wants vengeance.
Irina goes, "Who is Sergey?" And Enoch, you feel just what feels like all your emotions just plummet in your heart
Yes.
from the
Get
sword.
like a
Oh,
sick-
we're back
yeah.
to emotional norms now.
Yeah,
Oh wait, hold on.
from the sword.
She doesn't know yet. I thought we told her.
No, we haven't seen her all day.
I thought we told her that she was a reincarnation.
She is a reincarnation,
That
but she
doesn't
doesn't
mean
know
she
who
knows-
Sergey is.
Ah,
Doesn't know the
okay.
history.
So we're going to try to condense this down from long story short to save time.
I mean, we could just
Story
say
short,
you
so-
explain.
so short sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you explain.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you explain, and she goes. Fuck.
Back.
Yeah, it was a lot to unpack too. Trust me, I know. I feel you, girl.
Yeah, I was there for that whole hour. Goddamn. Okay.
No, I mean
it,
about the reincarnation thing.
it wants me to touch it.
Well, Enoch
It-
wants you to touch it.
Enoch
it just
wants you to
really,
touch it, but
it just feels a
wants
connection
you.
to you, yeah. Because of it's because like 'cause in the explanation because I can't remember exactly, but when we quote unquote just explained it to her, we basically told her that the sword belonged to Sergei at one point, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Sergei was what to her? Would be her.
Her lover, her
incarnation
fiance.
lover. Okay.
They got
Yeah.
married. Didn't
Yeah.
they?
Okay.
Oh, the
Yeah,
wedding was
okay.
interrupted, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the sword just feels a connection to you. So we just want to know what happens when you pick it up.
She
How is
reaches
that any
out
worse than Strahd having a
and she
connection?
places her hand on it, and I need to do something.
Why is this feeling sexual?
Right? He said that a little sexual, didn't he? Not like overtly sexual, but like a little sexual.
She reaches out, and places her hand on it.
Yeah. Place... Oh God.
And immediately her body is just racked and convulsing. Her eyes roll into the back of her head. Do you guys do anything?
I prepare to catch her.
I grab hold of her.
I was gonna say, who's standing closest to her?
Probably me.
Well, me, because
Definitely
I
not
was
me.
just talking to her.
Oh,
I was
true.
say I'm usually more in the back, like watching the situation. So
I'm
definitely
literally
not gonna
doing
catch
the
her.
whole.
Like, are you guys trying to remove the hilt from her? Is what I'm asking.
I'm trying to catch her to keep her from falling first. Because I don't want her to hit her head or anything.
Okay, so you guys are holding her upright, making sure that she stays bodily okay, but you're
Charlotte's
not
a
trying to
fucking
take
sweetheart.
away her grasp from the blade.
Not yet. But once
No.
I know we got her, I'm going to try to take the hilt.
Okay.
hilt of the sword.
It goes on for a full round, so full 6 seconds, and then another 6 seconds. The convulsions slow. Her body sort of goes back to normal. Her eyes are still doing weird shit, but there's just tears now streaming down her face.
I'm assuming the sword can only communicate with one person at a time.
In this context, no.
I was gonna say, because she's not attuned
you're
to the
not
weapon.
getting anything
She's
that
not
she's
attuned to the
got.
weapon
Okay.
yet, but I'm holding her and I have to hill it out like this, just away from her.
And a full minute passes. Do you guys do anything for this while during this
I'm going
minute?
to do I'm going to do a skill check of medical.
Okay, go for it.
Well, say
I was
that,
gonna
and
do
then
the same
If
to see
she-
if she was in damaged at all.
Okay.
If she loosens her grip, I'll take it. But
No.
I don't want to hurt her.
Her grip does not loosen.
All right, then I don't
So
want to hurt
Charlotte
her.
didn't get to take the sword from her then.
Well, I was asked to do a medicine check, not to take the sword from her.
I said before the medicine check, I was trying to pull it away from her.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'd have to make a contested strength check to get that to happen.
Okay. Well, there's the medicine check of 21.
All
Why
right.
is that?
She does not seem to be hurting in any kind of way. If you wanted that before you did the strength check.
Yeah. We'll go that route first. And then
I was
strength
going to
check.
cast Cure Wounds on her if that were the truth and she was getting hurt by it.
Yeah. No, it does not seem like she was getting
Nope.
hurt.
I ain't gonna pry that.
Well,
I mean,
we'll find out. Yeah, no, her grip stays strong on it, and she. But after that minute is up, she takes a big gasp of air, and she seems to just come back to, and she just drops the blade,
With
gasping,
with her in Charlotte's arms.
gasping, sweating. Go, hello, love, kind of shit.
Yeah, I'll put that back on my belt loop.
Yeah, all right,
Touching that
sis.
ever again.
I got a lot.
I got a lot.
I know who Sergey is now.
Oh, it did that.
It did it on her, dude.
I.
The sword done did it.
It blew
I'm
that
gonna need
memory
a
load
moment.
all over.
Fucking. Erwin, can I have a drink? And Erwin's already there. Food, drink, whole 9 yards. And
Food,
Yeah.
drink, plate, all coming
Yeah,
together.
yeah,
Because the barkeep is actually the dopest character.
like did everything
That's
but
what I'm
chew
saying.
it
He's
for
like
her.
the number one dude.
He has the highest perception, the highest insight, all of it. He is just the master of fucking knowing what's up.
He's just
He's got all of his stuff. It's just put into the bar.
yeah.
He's got layer actions for the bar.
He's just
Yeah.
my favorite. He's my favorite
Secretly.
NPC.
Secretly,
He's got
Erwin's
layer
actually
actions.
God.
And
Yeah, I would like to look at the barkeep and just like put a hand on his shoulder after, like, as he kind of backs away from after serving her,
okay.
and just like lean in and be like, listen, when Barovia's all mine, I would like to have a special place for you. And that's all I said. No context or anything. Just
All right.
and then I just
After you
let
say
them-
that, he goes, "I'm not into that kind of thing. I'm sorry," and he walks off.
okay, perfect. That's exactly what I needed him to say.
Fuck
Sure,
yes.
perfect reaction.
So
If you're flicking him money, then I won't.
Yeah, I was like, I'm about to flick him an Electrum piece because I don't really fucking like those things. So, and
and so
I've been flicking this dude gold like it's going out of style.
Irina just catches her breath, does what she needs to do for self-care, and
Self-care is important.
yes, it is. And she goes, "Okay. That thing somehow saved a message for me." And Enoch, you can feel that the sword now feels at peace. Just
Relaxed.
comfortable.
Not throwing a temper tantrum anymore.
Yeah.
It blew its load.
And she goes, "Okay. Kresk. Village of Kresk. That's where Sergey is."
Willow, what was that?
Well, what do you mean? Sergey's no longer alive, so
That's where
Could be reincarnation.
it's where his soul
or a
is.
shade. I'll say maybe a shade.
You said Crest?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
You gotta go
Fucking
there anyways,
everything fucking points to Crest!
dude.
I'm sorry. I was telling you what I know now. He's I don't know how to explain it. It was very cold and dark and wet. I don't know.
Shut up, Tony.
Enoch references
I don't
hint
know what you're
number
talking
4.
about, man.
Yeah, okay.
Hint number 5.
Which was
You shut up, Tony, because if you say something, I'm not going to be able to shut up either. You just keep it to yourself.
You keep your perverted thoughts out of this, young man.
Yeah,
It fucking took him long enough.
You keep it to yourself, Tony, because I won't be. I heard you go.
I need new
I was
players.
trying so hard not to laugh.
I need new players.
Yeah, I heard a snicker and I was like, you shut it. You shut it right now.
But Charlotte, yes, I get it. It's very funny, but I just had a moment, goddamn it. I don't know. He said that his soul found a way out, and he can take me with.
Of Barovia?
Yeah.
Sick.
I got a feeling it's the stuff the reincarnation moves.
That's kind of what it sounds like for the area. Nothing can get out.
He says that. Well, he said
He may have found a loophole.
that he found a
That's what
way.
she's saying.
I didn't figure that would I didn't know that would apply to souls too.
Good to know, though.
Well,
Yeah, death is not an escape.
That's yeah. Didn't we establish that already?
No.
I didn't believe you.
I gesture at the group while looking at Emil.
What about
did
our?
the
Wow.
dog have to do anything with
they
this?
they don't trust you at all.
Wait,
Emil
what?
talking to Enoch. They don't believe you about that stuff. That's like common knowledge here.
It's been like 3 days, man. 3 days.
Been like
Dude,
3.
you want
To
drink?
be fair, Enoch really hasn't said much other than flipping off birds and flipping off Strahd, okay?
Do you want to
Fuck
drink?
him.
Do you want to drink?
And
Enoch?
that. I think Enoch may have the hots for
Like Emil,
Strahd,
like
saying.
you know, like pats you on the shoulder, like you want to grab a drink? Like just
Sure.
catch
they
up.
Can figure out their human stuff.
All right, and so you guys
I think
grab a
Enoch
table.
sees
Down
where he
at the
wants
fur.
Strahd.
Looks down at the fur. It resists the temptation to start licking my arm.
I mean,
Um,
cats do start cleaning themselves when they feel humiliated.
But so
Yes.
Irina starts to say, well, like you said, you've mentioned Kresk quite a bit. If there is a way for me to break this loop, as you guys have
Being-
rightfully called it, then I see a couple problems with this.
Oh, I see one big problem.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, one, what if it doesn't work? Still here. And two,
we can put that one to the side because it's just a matter. I don't think we're gonna be able to figure that one out.
but two, what if it does?
Can I add a third?
Sure.
I just want to note that the music changed at like the right time.
I know, it was fucking killer.
With the third,
Hmm.
goes hand in hand with the second. If it does work, what happens to you?
I don't know. I'm assuming that my soul is free. I don't know about this stuff. The body.
That's what I'm getting at. Because technically, you may be in reincarnation. Charlotte's gonna kind of drop this on her. You know, 'cause I am a reincarnation as well.
Yes, we discussed this.
But
We had a girl's name.
right,
We had
but
a
we are still our own person. Yes, that soul resides in us, but we are still ourselves.
Mhm.
We still can choose what we want to do.
Yeah, there's plenty of people here that have been
If
born with that.
this works, my worry is it will kill you.
Or she'll turn into the bartender like from the last town.
If it works,
Dead eyes
then
and drooling mouths.
if it works, then death would not be so bad because soul's free. This loop is ended.
True, but if we can beat Strahd, that gives you the rest of your life to do what you want.
I would need a lot of thought on all of this.
Absolutely.
Right. Essentially, it's her out of
Yeah.
character. Essentially, this is her call. Charlotte is just being like, "Hey, you are you. You are not this person."
Yeah, I'll roll up some stuff and see how the results come out. But yeah. She goes, it's a lot. If we do go through with it, and you guys, well, you guys are part of it now, I suppose. The hunt will not stop. So, if we go through with it, we go through with it when you're prepared.
I mean, going through with the execution or the
All of the above.
soul transfers.
Yes.
The answer is yes.
The answer is 7.
42.
And also C.
21.
69.
And
Mixed with all 420.
I was gonna say that, but then I resisted the urge.
I'm glad I could do it for you.
I'm going to ask how everybody is feeling at the moment right now.
Better than earlier.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So chill.
Well, it's finally cooler outside, so I'm able to open the window.
Thank God. Because if we want to, because we have gotten a fair bit done, we got about 3.5 hours in. If we
Feels
want
like we
to,
haven't gotten a lot done.
we got a lot of roleplay done.
Story-wise, we've gotten a lot of roleplay done.
I feel like I've been blanking too much.
But if we want to call it here, we can. If we want to keep going, we can. I'm leaving the option up to you guys because I feel fine either way.
I'm absolutely willing to keep going.
I'm good. I got drinks, I got snacks.
I might need to refresh my drinks.
Tony and
But I
Howard.
can do that without having everyone else also do that.
Tony and Howard.
I'm playing mod as well, so just throwing that out there.
I don't know what that means.
He's modding for Onyx and Bushwookie.
Oh. I mean, I'm okay for a little bit.
I can go for another hour if you want.
I can go for a little bit. I mean, like, is this a good stopping point, or are we gonna get to a stopping point soon-ish?
I was thinking, like, if the next step is the windmill, then
I would say if we're going to go to the windmill, let's get to the windmill and stop when we get to the windmill.
okay.
I agree.
Okay, so
I definitely don't have it in me to do the windmill. There's no fucking way.
That's gonna be the epic end episode, like you see in shows at anime, where the team walks up.
all right, let's get some role play.
We
no
kick
way.
down the door, and that's where the episode ends.
Let's get some role play for the windmill through. All right.
So we go to bed tonight because it's been like what? It's like 3 in the afternoon at this point.
It is only about 12:30.
Even less.
Because it's been noon for like the last 3 or 4 social encounters.
Here, I'm gonna. Yeah, we could probably say it's about 3. So.
Because Enoch and Lord were walking around town.
Yeah. So yeah, about like 3:30.
We haven't gotten around to it.
He never got the chance to. He shoved it in the bag when he saw the other 2 people.
And also, we're nowhere near a river.
I mean, there is the lake. There's Lake Zarovich.
I don't want him tainting the water.
Oh, but there might be some fun stuff at the lake.
We have to buy a room for Emil because he's not covered under the contract, is he?
He's part of your party at this point, says Erwin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I bring that up with the party too. Emil is able to stay with us, but we have to keep him in check and keep an eye on him because he is our problem.
He's more innocent than I am.
I am just letting you know.
Emil gives you these big puppy dog eyes.
I want to pet you.
How tall is the human?
Emil?
Yeah, how tall is he?
I can double check, but I'm pretty sure he's just like somewhere between like 5'10" and 6 foot.
Damn,
He's probably a little bit taller than me.
Yeah, because I'm 6'11".
I'm like 6'4", so.
Oh, how tall am I?
I don't.
I feel like you were the shortest member of the party.
I'm pretty sure 6'7".
Oh.
Nope, I'm the shortest.
Anyway.
Pretty stretchy.
So I didn't make any more new friends tonight?
Doesn't seem like it.
You didn't piss off any more crows?
Yeah, Charlotte's only 5'9".
That's my bag. It'll come in handy eventually.
Yeah, no, tall, strong man. So to the windmill.
Or are we resting before we go, guys?
I would say it'd probably be a good idea to rest because I'm sitting at 13 HP.
Yeah, I took some damage at some point apparently.
Okay, are you guys doing a full night's rest?
Yeah.
Okay. So
we just hit the long rest button, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna click that to start up at dawn, so it starts up at 6 a.m. for you guys.
And I just have to roll a d6.
Yeah, long rest button is wonderful.
Pretty great.
Well, I'll have to pick my third.
Ooh, what is Levy get?
My third level spell later.
Spare the dying, Tasha's hideous laugh. No, wrong one.
No, message, cure wounds, and levitate.
That could still be handy.
I love the levitate spell.
Message is also incredibly handy.
Are we not gonna talk about the best one here? It's obviously cure wounds.
Nah. That's totally not gonna save the party, having 3 people with healing abilities now.
I feel like there's something else I'm supposed to roll, but I don't remember right now.
If you want to double check real quick while I figure out how long it's gonna take.
Reading stuff.
Yeah, no worries. So 1, 2, 6. Two, 4 divided by 4 is 6. I believe.
I don't know what's scarier, him rolling dice we can't see or him doing division.
It'll take you about, at a normal pace, take you about 2 hours to get there. If you guys do a slow march with stealth, you can get there in 3 hours. Or if you do a fast march with the -5 penalty to passive wisdom perception scores, you get there in an hour and a half.
2 hours is good.
We'll be
Yeah, I'm
fine
not
with
tripping.
All right.
We'll be fine with a normal march.
All right, so boom, boom, 2 hours.
Oh, are we gonna leave the sword hilt with her?
No.
Irina says, That's your guys' toy. That sword does not belong to me.
We don't know what it'll do to her if we leave it in her possession.
That sword belonged to Sergei, not to me. I have no wish to have it.
I just wanted to make sure because of the whole spiel.
I'm okay. So, old Bone Rider? I'm going to,
Let's roll!
I'm going, do you guys take a meal with you?
I do.
I want to ask Emil if he wants to go with us.
I have been dreaming about taking this place's inhabitants out for a very long time.
I like my answer better. I was just gonna tell him we're leaving. Let's go.
Charlotte believes in choice.
He has the choice to say no. I didn't say he did.
Well, I would love to join.
It's hard to say no to
Also,
a giant tiefling such as yourself that looks like you could pound them into the dirt with one punch.
My character's like 80% certain the werewolf could kick his ass.
Hey, Ward, this also gives us a chance to ask about what the barkeep told us.
Oh, yeah.
The what?
Well, yeah, let's do that.
Asking about what?
Because it was something about protecting children or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, so... Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys weren't... Well, you were standing there when we talked about some of it in the basement.
So, I'm assuming that this will be on your guys' march over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
When he was talking to us on the stairs, he told me he was sorry I wasn't one of the ones he could save.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that ain't
Enoch
telling
just
us
as-
much.
Enoch just assumes that you guys understood that.
No!
No!
Enoch don't talk!
We don't think.
Yeah, you don't tell us shit.
This is Enoch's language. Fuck. It's like Geralt from fucking Witcher. Fuck. I'm gonna get a sword that has a little happy smiley face on it to put on your fucking back, so that way it looks happy when it's getting ready to be used.
I feel a lot of tension in this group right now.
Yeah, no, he's talking about my siblings, you know, those ones I avoid because they're dicks.
Yeah, I know all about them, and you keep preventing me from going to this windmill to take care of the situation.
You don't understand what you're asking for, but we're still going.
I feel like I totally understand.
Let me
I
also
know.
say something. You haven't told us anything.
That's true.
Charlotte don't have a fucking clue. Charlotte's like, let's just fucking clean it out. Let's make it homey.
I keep freaking out every time he turns the blow dryer on. I'm sorry.
Lord's going to turn to Enoch. You're gonna have some explaining to do after we're finished massacring whatever the heck is in there.
Well, hopefully I don't massacre you guys in the process.
We'll find out.
Well, if you do, we'll put you down without problem.
I wish you luck.
So, is there anything I should worry about? Emil says.
Yes.
Get a little jumpy around them.
I don't blame you. All right. Shall we do this?
I'm looking at some stuff on my character sheet, deciding how to.
Yeah, because after we
Word.
come back from the windmill, I'll check up on the rings, because that should be enough time.
Probably.
Try and remember if I've actually uncharacteristically lost control around anything lately, and I can't think of anything.
No,
No, I
you've
didn't.
always made your checks.
I've always made my checks, so we might be okay.
All right. So, are you
Well,
guys?
now
worry,
she just
if
jinxed
necessary.
it all.
So, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull everybody to this scene. I will
That's
say
nice
that
to hear that it's called the old bone grinder.
I will mention that this is not one of the ones that I made. This is the ones that I grabbed from one of those people
'Cause I
packs
think there's
things.
supposed to be a barn with it.
Straight up.
Okay,
Mm,
then I
like a
won't
penis.
compliment on it.
But
was that
no,
face?
it's still fucking beautiful. Like, I love these.
It's pretty
yeah.
great.
But yeah, what's up,
Reminds me of this scene from Game of Thrones.
Odor?
Yeah.
All right. So you guys. Well, so for while we're on the road, what are you guys asking Emil exactly?
So, what are we going to find in there?
I think your friend knows just as well as any. We're gonna find.
Yeah, but we're asking you.
Beautiful. Well, I don't think beautiful is the right word. We're gonna find a coven.
A coven of.
Mothers can shape change. Be careful.
Well, it does. Any more words need to be said. It's a coven of hags.
Assume we know nothing.
We're surrounded by
Okay.
idiots. They don't believe anything.
That's
So,
not true.
Imagine.
I've been wanting to get rid of these whatevers for however long.
Imagine a vile creature, born of nightmares and sin, that
A
live.
jungle snake.
That live to remove the joys, strip you of dreams.
Not changing my answer.
Then sure, we're facing some jungle snakes.
Yeah, they're pretty asshole. They're pretty big assholes.
Don't eat their food.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat
Question.
whatever.
You ate
Answer.
off of Strahd's plate. I don't want to hear it.
Question:
Answer.
can we eat them?
No.
I wouldn't
Not their
suggest.
food! Them.
I wouldn't suggest it.
So I wouldn't eat whatever a jungle snake eats. I also wouldn't eat a jungle snake. Usually very poisonous.
So,
Only if ill prepared.
the
I haven't
old
found a single person who prepared jungle snake very well. They usually ended up dying after their first attempts.
the old Svalich Road transitions here from being a winding path through the Balagnok Mountains to a lazy trail that hugs the mountainside as it descends into a fog-filled valley. In the heart of the valley, you see a walled town near the shores of a great mountain lake. Its waters dark and still. A branch on the road leads west to a promontory, atop of which is perched a dilapidated stone windmill, its warped wooden vane stripped bare. The onion-domed edifice leans forward and to one side, as though trying to turn away from the stormy gray sky. You see gray brick walls and dirt-covered windows on the upper floors. A decrepit wooden platform encircles the windmill above a flimsy doorway, leading to the building's interior. Perched on a wooden beam above the door is a raven. It hops about and squawks at you, seemingly agitated. If you guys want to roll insight for it, you can.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm also going to put on some
More actiony
I'm pretty
music.
sure that's my
I'm going to
sign
put
to
on
do.
some more accurate ambiance.
We're continuing with the trend of I don't know anything.
Yeah. The
I feel so bad for your character.
Enoch and Charlotte, you guys feel like that raven's trying to warn you guys.
See, we need to go home.
We've come all this way not to turn around.
Oh, did I not do the insight like I was supposed to?
No,
Whoops.
it's okay.
Can I tell what?
Shit.
Enoch and Charlotte are still the two. You just feel like it's trying to warn you, like, fucking go, leave. What are you doing here?
You're not my real mother.
You're not my dad.
Okay.
Just let me know when I need to roll on my chart.
And probably when you walk in, if I had to guess.
If we live that long.
If you live that long.
If we live that long, we are living that long.
You guys are optimistic at the weirdest times, I swear.
They really
Wait,
are.
what? What at the weirdest times?
Optimistic.
I'm foolishly optimistic.
You are a cat.
I'd like to call it confidence.
So, what do you guys plan to do?
I'm not getting closer till they get closer.
Cool, I'll go first.
Step one,
Yeah,
kick
I'll
in
go-
door.
I'll
Step
go in
two,
there.
kill everything. Right?
So
Gotta like both of us before we move in.
Emil's just gonna go up and say, well, if anybody has any objections, now's the time to make them heard.
Objections to what? And I kicked the door.
Alright, you kick the door.
We going in.
Boom.
Did I kick it open?
Are you coming, Lord?
Yes.
Are we just like, irrationally big for this map?
It looks like it, but it'll be fine.
Good. I'll say again. Do you want
to be fair,
this
part of the map is... This little thing is not very big.
Yeah, windmill's pretty
Do
damn
you want
small.
me to provide some magic before we move in?
I'm listening.
Do what you must.
Who's laying hands on?
I'm going to lay a hand onto Ward and Charlotte. I'm going to cast Haste Twinned.
Okay. How long does that last?
Who?
Because
Ward and Charlotte.
So me and you.
Okay.
If we're gonna do that, then I'm gonna go ahead and say that we're going to put this in combat mode, so that way it. Do we want to save that? Do we want to just say that you have that prep, so you just do that right at the beginning of the battle?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do that. Because
Cool.
I don't want to, like, give anything away or, like, say too much, but, like, the fight isn't right away.
Yeah.
I don't think, if I remember correctly, the fight isn't, like, soon as we step in the door.
Yeah. So
It's
we'll.
up to a minute. So.
Like, there's some stuff I think we can do beforehand.
I'm just saying for like roleplay purposes, since we're not planning on really starting the fight until next session.
Yeah.
All I said was I was running up. I was going to kick the door open.
All right. Well,
Fuck this shit.
you kick the door. Boom. And
Don't worry, Ward. I'll mend it later. We'll be good as new.
The ground floor.
When you kick it in, I say, "Let me in."
The ground floor has been converted into a makeshift kitchen, but the room is filthy. Baskets and old dishware are piled everywhere. Added to the clutter is a peddler's cart, a chicken coop, a heavy wooden trunk, and a pretty wooden cabinet with flowers painted on its doors. In addition to the clucking of the chickens, you hear toads croaking. The sweet smell of pastries blend horridly with a stench that burns your nostrils. The awful odor comes out of an open, upright barrel in the center of the room. Warmth crackle issues from a brick oven against one wall, and a crumbling staircase ascends the wall across from it. Shrieks and cackles from somewhere higher up the old mill causes it to shudder.
Well, I'm going to use the flame from the oven. If it's got a flame, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my control flames to pull that flame into my hand.
Emotional damage!
Just so that I have another thing ready.
Okay.
I'll choose. It's one or the other, so I'm gonna control some flame right now.
Okay. So you control some flame. Is there anything else that you guys would like to do before you go in?
I'm just going to yell, "Mama's home, bitches."
And she said, and you hear a voice from inside, "Actually, Mama's upstairs."
Bitch, please.
Enoch, tell your friends to use their manners. And so, Enoch, I need you to go ahead and roll that save.
My kid chose the worst time to talk to me.
That's
Enoch, do what?
Enoch, tell your friends to use their manners. And I need you to go ahead and roll that save for me.
Dun, dun, dun!
I forget, is the left or the right is the wisdom save?
It's the ones that are the attributes and stuff, the one on the left, when you click it, it'll tell you whether or not.
I would say usually ask you if it's going to be, like, when you click on it, it should ask you if it's ability or saving throw.
That's not good. That's not good.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so quick update for everybody. Enoch has an anxiety chart where if he doesn't make a save for specific triggers, then there is a roll on a specific chart to find out what he does in this panic state.
So it's not a spell.
No.
Damn.
However, something like a spell, like Calm Emotions, can help with this.
That's something I don't have.
Yeah. I don't think anybody has that.
However, I do have Hold Person.
So the option.
I also have command to say stop.
Frightened or Berserk.
Hold on.
It says Frightened or Berserk for 1 minute.
Did you do the roll?
I don't see the chart. It didn't save. Do you have it?
Bitch. God, where is the chart? I think it was part of a website chart, I believe.
I was trying to find it, like I've been Googling for since we moved maps.
Yeah. Okay, must make a wisdom saving throw or become frightened or berserk, DM's choice for 1 minute.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I wrote on the very last item on my list.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm going to say that it is fear that overtakes you. You are frozen in place.
I found the link. We actually pinned it in our conversation. We have brain cells.
I was gonna
Fuck
say,
yes.
Lord and I had backup for that just in case if it was berserk.
I was gonna say that's.
I'm glad you guys are like Batman.
It's you are frozen in place, cannot move forward, for a minute. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each turn with disadvantage if the person comes down.
All right, I saved the link in the biography this time.
Awesome.
I think that's one of the things
Goddamn.
that got deleted the first couple times we leveled the character sheet.
Yeah. It happens. I'm going to apply it to my GM notes on your character, so that way hopefully it doesn't again.
Look,
Yeah,
do I notice this?
He's probably shaking like a leaf.
It's probably very visible.
Little tiny people.
Probably pee going down his leg.
Yeah, all the above.
Yeah.
Like shelter dog status. That's what I picture.
Well, now I just want to adopt Enoch.
I'm gonna lean in and kind of slap your cheek a little bit.
Yeah, nope.
No, still frozen. Here, I'm gonna start up the clocks.
Yeah, or being held off to the side. This isn't good.
You can make another saving throw if you like.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
is that high enough?
Yeah, it's high enough.
Yes, okay.
So the slap on the cheek, the friend's reassuring you. It helps give you that courage and confidence in your, well, not quite confidence, but that courage
Here we go
to
now.
step forward. again.
Actually, I could have done one step better.
So Enoch is no longer frozen in fear again.
I could have just said fuck it and cast command and say bravery.
After I see some light return to her, to Enoch's eyes. There you are.
So
I was hoping I wouldn't have to do anything to make you come back to life. Good.
You wouldn't want to do that.
So what are we doing? Says Emil.
I'll clap you on the shoulder. Alright, we're going upstairs.
Okay.
Brown.
How long does that last?
Emil goes ahead and walks in.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put that in the chat, Scar.
You're okay. So Enoch, as you walk in, you get a bunch of memories filled in with this place. A lot of etiquette and training kind of stuff just overwhelms you more or less, and you see that barrel in the center, and it fills you with
this one?
Yeah. And you remember how the one of your mothers tends to throw meat in there, and you see these sort of jaws like come in through the liquid and eat up the food to terrify you and the others like you.
Kick it.
You kick it?
Not hard enough to knock it over, but
You hear a growl from inside.
put a lid on it.
Okay.
I kind of choke a little bit. There's something in there?
Yes? Holds hand on
the
lid.
flame is going to go into it.
You can't, there's a lid on it. And my hand's on the lid.
Open it up.
Let's just get this over with.
Whatever's in there, I don't want whatever is in that barrel.
It doesn't leave the barrel. You can
It's
play
never
with
going
it.
to leave the barrel.
You can play with it later.
But I've got
You
the
can play with
fire
it
right
later.
here.
So, are we going upstairs? Says Emil.
I'll take a lead.
I'll
Apparently
put out the
Charlotte-
flame.
All right, so it's right.
Alright.
It's right
What are
here
you
where it
doing, Ward?
is.
Did we lose Ward? Did he fall asleep?
No, I'm dealing with my dog.
Oh, no worries. So Emil goes ahead and heads upstairs.
I'm trying to go up the stairs. It's being
Yeah,
pissy.
it's
Oh, look, it's a pretty
Yeah, let's
lady
go
with a
upstairs.
fire hand.
Up the stairs. Oh, I shut the door on myself.
I got you.
There we go.
Oh, fuck.
So, I will give you the option to roll again if you
I'm just
want
trying to move so everyone can bring their tokens up.
Yeah. Let me get everything up to there.
Where'd Emil go?
Emil
Right
should
there.
be right there. Yeah, Emil's here.
I love that she's purple. Kinda looks like me.
See, I figured
Okay.
me and Emil are going to be the front line.
So, you see this not even disguising herself because, you know, she knows that you know and everything. She's home.
Look at that. She's comfortable with how she looks.
A haggard, heavy-set old woman with a face as wrinkled as boiled apples sweeps the floor, pushing around a few old bones and stirring up a cloud of white dust with her broom. She wears a blood-stained, flour-caked apron. A long, sharp bodkin impales her bundled-up mound of grayed hair. The dirt-caked windows allow very little light to enter this 8-foot-high chamber, most of which is taken up by a large mill still connected to a wooden gear shaft that rises through the ceiling in the center of the room. A stone staircase continues up towards the sound of loud cackling. So,
Is this going to be like a gauntlet run?
There's technically only 3 of them.
Enoch, I see that you bring some visitors home with you.
Dude, he's not gonna say anything. That's how you get in trouble.
I mean, I would have expected the cliche, nice to meet you.
He's more afraid of these women than he is of Strahd.
That actually says something.
Well, glad to see that you remembered your manner.
Bitch, please! That's my friend.
So,
And you fucked with her. Him.
For real.
have you decided on the gender?
Him. Demon.
I looked slightly offended.
That is rude. He is a beautiful, masterfully crafted creation.
Emotional
those biceps are
damage.
pretty pumped.
God damn it, Levy. That was fucking perfect. Levy did the emotional damage sound effect.
I'm
and
only trying. I
You
heard
also
it.
need to
I
dab.
got the fucking stream marker for that.
And you need to dab.
And There you go.
Hey, I'm just trying to give Enoch compliments, damn it.
I don't know. I'm happy with that. And she goes, "What do you want?"
I don't know, ask this guy.
And who are you pointing to?
Ward.
Who's asking me that?
She asked what we want, and I said, I don't know, ask him.
Oh, your head on a spike outside this windmill.
Don't forget the other two. I think we got 3
Hold up,
spikes
hold
to
up,
fill with
yeah.
heads.
As along with your 2 sisters.
Those are rather not the
Not
best
really a
terms
request.
for us.
No, it's not much of a request, more of a telling of your future.
You don't even want to hear what we do here? What story the DM has wound up and changed?
Enoch's gonna throw in some words. Yeah, you turn the children into pastries.
No.
I'll spin around and look at Enoch. And you allowed this to happen?
We turn the teenagers into pastries.
They're children.
I like how you don't even want to hear what the DM has spun and changed.
What's up?
You know what? You're
The
right.
rest of
I
us are
do want to
trying to
hear what the
fight.
DM has spun and changed.
I do have a question, because it just popped into my head.
What's up?
I want to ask her what happened to the other Enoch in Strahd's castle.
What
Out of
Enoch
character, I'm
in
pretty sure it was
Strahd's
some type
castle?
of illusion spell, but
Yes.
I don't know that.
Yeah, no, out of character, yes, it was an illusion. But in character, what Enoch in Strahd's castle?
It was in a tomb, and we opened the door, and then it turned into a pile of mush.
Kind of like whatever I'm sure is in that barrel.
No, get her! She's confused!
Emotional damage.
No. I have the 10 Rings fight scenes in my head where she sings Hotel California before she starts hitting them in the face.
I'm just waiting for the signal.
I'm waiting for either Emil or Ward or Charlotte to just punch her.
Well,
I'm waiting for that look of confusion to set in to where it's going to take her a moment to realize where she's about to get fucked up.
well, I mean, I pretty much just told her what I want. But then now the DMs, I don't want to take away the
Does the DM want to finish answering the question?
story spinning.
Yeah, which question am I answering? I'm confused at this point.
The story that the DM
What's
has
going
spun.
on in the windmill?
Oh.
Yeah, because you said you spun and changed it, so I'm ready to hear it. I didn't want to take away your...
People love our pastry. They bring such sweet dreams. Only such sweet dreams, though, can be made with the beautiful dreams of a child. So innocent. So we take those dreams and we lay them into our pastries and feed them to people. However, not everybody can afford it. So they promise us something of our use to us. Their own children. Whether it can be used, the children that they have now, or the ones that they will have. Thus, like Enoch, his parents didn't have kids, but they would. And so, as his mother lay there, dreaming her dreams while he grew in her belly, we made our spells and turned that poor human boy into what he is now. A beautiful piece of art.
So
And when the time was
you made
right-
Enoch what he is today.
To Lord Strahd's specifications.
Oh no, you're in with him too. Okay.
I look over to Emil. Let's do this shit.
Ready.
I would like to
Ready.
rage.
Hold on.
I feel like you're typing something. Fuck you.
Hold on.
And so Thank you. We're getting into combat, and I think that this is going to be the perfect place to leave off. Because I'm assuming that
it
this
was getting good. I knew this was gonna happen, and now I feel like just getting swiped away from me.
How tired are you, Howard?
I mean, I'm teetering. I'm teetering.
So I think for the sake of everybody, just
I want to keep going, but I am teetering.
yeah, we will pick this up
This
next
happens.
time.
I got like 3 hours of sleep today.
So I think that this is a perfect cliffhanger. This has been
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's like this is also a perfect ending to
so.
this session. I feel like
This has been an awesome time. Thank you guys so much for playing with
I'd
me.
say we kind of didn't do anything but roleplay, but that's cool.
Yeah, for
I
like past 3
I
sessions.
like that every once in a while because it
Yeah, a lot of combat just kind of
pulls
bogs
everything
down.
back in. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. In this, we have enough backstory between the characters and stuff, and like Adam's
Charlotte alone.
dude, get out of here with that. And like, I mean, like, DM's put in a shit ton of work on the roleplay side and stuff, so it's like it's kind of cool to actually dive into that rather than just being like, fight. Oh, hey, here's 4 seconds of roleplay. Fight.
D&D is not just fight.
Yeah, no. The half of TTRPG is role-playing game.
Yes.
The other TT
I'll
is
have to make sure
fuck
to get
fit
you what I
fuck.
have on lore.
Yeah, here's the thing: is like, there's no part of role-playing game that says like it's not like combat playing game.
Yeah.
You play any RPG on any system or PC, there is story.
That's right.
Yeah, no.
Some of it's just better than others.
Lord is entirely invested in fucking some hags up.
Okay. I thought you were gonna
good.
I
stop.
say, please finish that sentence.
So,
Especially after what I just called her.
so guys, we are going to go ahead and do our good old raids. We're going to do a raid on Bushwalk because I want to. So guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. Thank you guys for playing with me. This has been awesome. Can't wait for next session. We'll let you all know when the next session is once we figure it out. And
Sick.
yeah, that's it. Later, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye. Have a